been a minute since we've seen him in there.
This is the winner.
Square. Can you guess which spot that goes in?
The square.
That's right. It goes in the square.
Goes in the square hole.
Okay.
That's right.
How about this rectangle? That one.
Also the square.
That goes in there too.
Yeah.
Up next. We've got this thin rectangle.
The thin rectangle.
Can you guess where that goes?
The thin rectangle.
That's right. It goes in the
It goes in the square hole. Did you know?
Up next, a cylinder.
The circle.
I think that goes in
The circle.
The square
hole. Semicircle right here. Do you see a
square
that would fit
The
the square?
semicircle?
The semicircle.
That's right. It's the square hole. Next,
I want to show this to my kid.
triangle. We know what hole that goes
The
into,
triangle.
right?
Loser shit,
Triangle.
bro.
That's right. The square hole.
That's right.
Next, we have the arch.
The arch. The
And you
arch.
guessed it.
The arch.
It goes in the square hole.
And I don't know what to say about that, libertarians in a video. Show this to your children. If it fits in the hole, you put it in the hole. Okay, that's what we tell our wives. My wife, bitch, don't have a wife. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what your wife said when she pegged you.
Fuck you! Damn it! Set myself up for that one. Oh, good job. There was one other one that got at least one vote, so we could do that one real quick. What was it? It was body positivity. This one's kind of funny. Let me grab it real quick. I didn't have that one ready. Yeah, so there was this like trend, if you remember, a while back of like all these fat chicks that were like eating a bunch of food, and they thought that was gonna like get them anything but death. Here you go. Check this video out.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
I've got 3 McDonald's breakfast sandwiches. Which one's the best?
He's dead.
Join me on my
All these
Positive
fat
Radio
influencers.
Didn't last long because she died.
Just
So yeah, that was a really short one there, but
And yet Gorlock
Yeah.
Gorlock the Destroyer is still alive.
yeah, somehow, dude, somehow. No, I just thought that was interesting. I remember did you remember that era? That was like 2016, maybe going into 2018 a little bit. This like
Yeah.
body positivity bullshit and all the other crap. Well, they're all dead now, so we win. Hooray!
That's why I won't give Lizzo any hate for wanting to lose weight. Good
Oh,
on her.
those pictures. I'm glad you brought that up. I saw that Lizzo transformation. There was a bunch of pictures going around about that. It is crazy, like how much weight she's lost.
I mean, if we're gonna be real, you probably take off those clothes, you're gonna see the remnants of what was there.
I mean,
before,
you can
but-
kind of see it in this picture.
yeah.
But still, version on the right, still way fucking better than version on the left.
Good on her. You know what
Yeah.
I mean,
She's almost there. And you know what? She's got enough money. She can get the surgery to fix all that.
I
loose
mean,
skin.
shit. You know Ken Molman and the Libertarian Party. There was
Yeah.
a time before you guys joined the LP that he was very overweight, and
That's
I
what
remember
heard,
when I came to convention one year, I saw him, and I was like, "Wait, that's Kent?" Like, I literally did not believe it was him at first.
I can tell you for sure you will. Wait, I don't know what that's in reference to, but yeah. No, I heard that a lot about Ken Molman, that he used to be really big. I don't know. I've always liked the guy. I hear mixed reviews, but I've always liked him. Oh, man. So tonight is a Josh show. Josh is late, as you can tell, but he did provide notes. So we're going to try to kind of slow roll a little bit. We found our own, and because King Libertarian shouted it out, we'll go ahead and start there since it's not on Josh's agenda. Mitch and I watched a little bit of this before the show. Pretty fucking cool.
Real or fake, this is just great.
Yeah, it's worth it, is what it is. Let me see. Come back, bookmark. All right, so I want to give him credit. Share screen. Boom. Boom. That's how we do it here. Welcome. All right, this. So let me zoom in. I don't have anything set up yet because I'm lazy. If a libertarian became a pastor, is what King Libertarian. Go check out King Libertarian. He's been on our show. You can go find it in the archives there. But this was if a libertarian was a pastor, and I think we agree with him.
What were our troops doing in a foreign country that never attacked us, huh? What were they doing over there? Invading a foreign country. I don't believe in that.
Amen.
Who here believes the official version on 9/11? Look around the room. Are you looking around?
I
Look around.
want to do this at the next convention.
Who believes the official story on 9/11? Okay, who believes 9/11 was an inside job? Yes. Look around. Now, you told us before the service that God led you here. Maybe this is what God wanted you to find out. That
this is why God told you to go to church today, so that you could learn that 9/11 was an inside job.
That's what I love about this.
That 9/11 is a fraud. Okay, hold on, it gets better.
find out that 9/11 is a fraud and that our country actually has the satanic world government located in New York. It's called the United Nations. And our country is taking over the whole world for Satan and Israel.
Just like, whoa, just.
Damn, like right into it.
God wanted you to learn the truth, man. It's those goddamn New Yorkers at the United Nations working for Satan and the Jews, okay?
Okay, that's what's really going on.
That's it.
You know, and honestly, honestly, I'm sure that a lot of troops over there have their heart in the right
gets
place
better.
and they think they're fighting for America and for freedom and they're fighting for good things. But I'm sorry, it's wrong. And you know what? They tell the troops like, oh, we need to go fight these horrible Muslims because they put homosexuals to death. Is that what they told you?
I was told that they were fighting for our freedoms because the Muslims hated our freedoms. Maybe they hated our freedoms to fuck our fellow man. I don't know, but yeah. But anyway, it gets better.
Yeah, so that we can bring faggotry to the Middle East. Let's bring all the faggots to the Middle East so they can all be like Tel Aviv. Look, the bottom line is, my friends, I am not pro-war, and I'm never going to be pro-war, and the Bible is not a pro-war book.
Hell yeah.
And this aggressive, we're going to take over the world and put a military base in every country is not biblical, and I want nothing to do with it. And I believe in self-defense, and I believe in defending our nation, but I do not believe in invading foreign countries because of phantoms and boogeymen that our own government has created for the profit of the military-industrial complex. That's the true story. That's what's going on.
Yeah, we don't have to play anymore. But yeah, it's fucking good. And you know what? Who's that guy you're always saying we should have on from the Christian Liberty Caucus or whatever Liberty?
Jacob, we've had him. I think we've had him.
Oh,
on here.
is Winograd, right? I want to ask him. I want to ask him to watch this video and give us his honest take.
Bookmark it. We'll keep it for whenever we can get him on, or fuck if there's a few people from the religious liberty world that we could get on if we really wanted to. So
it's been bookmarked, favorited, and downloaded. It's fine. It's going up on Mitch's server here soon. You just watch.
There we go. Soon enough, it'll be up on the Digital Library of Alexandria.
There you go. Yeah, man. So Josh had some stuff for us. I think you and I could probably have fun with this one while we wait on him. Just so everybody knows, probably about 20-30. He said 20-30 minutes after 9, so we're getting there.
Can we make this guy the next pope?
Jim Cramer?
No, not Jim Cramer.
Oh, okay.
The pastor.
Like, what?
The pastor we bookmarked. This dude.
Country.
Nominate him.
You think he would be better than the African popes that we had up before?
He'd probably hate the Vatican. You're all working for Satan in Israel.
Thank you for asking, Trigger. X Rumble. Apparently, we have to have 100 people on Rumble to get a creator thing. So X Rumble, YouTube, and I think we picked Facebook. Not on TikTok. They don't like us. We did Twitch for a while. They were gay. But yeah, no, this guy might be better than the African guys. At least I can understand him. And he makes a lot of sense. He makes a lot of good points. America first, Pope. You know, that's what he seems like to me. I think it's a solid choice, Mitch. I think you might be onto something. I'm
know. Willing to bet he hates Catholics, but still.
I was gonna say I don't know what sect of Christianity he's a part of, but
just hearing everything he's said so far, I can guarantee you he probably doesn't like Catholics.
He probably doesn't touch little boys, and that's a prereq. You're right, dude. He doesn't qualify.
Yeah, that's that need. You know, if that's not on the resume, then you're not cut out for the job.
You're not in the consideration. You're not in the runnings. But if you're in the cool runnings, no, that's Jamaica. I don't think we had a Jamaican option for Pope.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. So this was Josh's first story here. Let's see. Jim Cramer, and let me blow it up bigger. Jim Cramer says there is absolutely no way, Mitch, no fucking way that Bitcoin goes above $1 million. I just don't see it happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of two things is going on, and I know I've said this, but I gotta say it again. Jim Cramer either is completely aware of what he is saying all the time, as in when Jim Cramer tells you to look left, you look right. If you look left when he tells you to look left, you're going to have a bad time. You look right. Or he's just really bad at his job. Which is it?
Yeah, I think he's really bad at his job. I think he's awful. I just think it doesn't matter in the corporate media world that you can be right. You could be wrong all the time. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, you read into it differently.
I mean, the problem is he's always wrong, but it gets to a point where if you pay attention to the opposite of what he says, like there was that joke back when we all thought there was going to be that Black Monday some weeks ago. And Cramer tweeted out that, it's going to be the worst thing since the fall of the stock market, the crash or whatever. And that kind of told everyone, okay, everything's going to be all right.
Yeah. And the market turned around. It was okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Like, I feel like you were saying, I think you're right. I think like people are going to look at this and they're going to say, I think you're right in one aspect. And that is that people are going to look at this and say, well, Cramer thinks Bitcoin's bad, so I should buy Bitcoin because Cramer's wrong about everything. And that alone is probably going to drive the price up. That said, I don't think it's intentional on him. I don't think that he's like doing it with like some evil scheme like it shows in that picture there. I don't think he's like, intentionally manipulating it. Cramer is economic clickbait. Yeah, that's the other part is I don't know. I don't even know if this quote is real or not. Like,
is it from his Twitter?
I see. You guys share links with me sometimes, and it is from X, but there's no community note if that's what you're gonna say. But I want to see if I could find. You would think that there would be a clip of him saying it. He's on like 3 shows a day, right? So.
The problem is he's someone that people routinely want to take the time to back up everything he says.
Right. Yeah, I found this clip from him. This seems pretty old, though. This is him talking about Bitcoin. What does it say? So almost a year and a half ago, I'll say.
I just can't get on I can't be in something where Mr. Bitcoin is about to go down big. I just can't get on
Okay, so this is him saying Bitcoin was going to go down big in 2023. And, and he was wrong about that.
That's why I'm saying, like, when he says look left, you look right.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not even just Bitcoin either. There have been other examples of him saying things that just the opposite always ends up happening. Like, he's Mr. Opposite.
Well, and he's also Mr. Both Sides, because this is him saying you should own Bitcoin and it's the greatest thing in the world.
And then after that, it went down for a little bit. That's what I'm saying, man. You get what I'm going at here.
I own Bitcoin.
Now he's saying it's good, so it goes down. That's how Jim Cramer works.
But it's up from where it was then.
I own Bitcoin. You should own Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a great thing to have in your portfolio. But
there was that meme out there where it shows Jim Cramer zooming in on his eyes. That's a nice asset you got there. It would be great if someone were to speak positively about it.
Yeah. I don't think it's intentional. This is a different debate, though. He said $1 million. Like, he says there's no fucking way. I say there's no fucking way. I think he's right about that. And I give it one caveat. And the one caveat is hyperinflation.
Honestly, I think it's just a matter of, like, it'll go up for a little while here, and we'll see where it goes from here. I never really pay much mind to it, but in the short term, it's always fucking hilarious just to see like how he'll say something good or something bad, and then the opposite happens.
There's got to be a graphic somewhere of like every time Jim Cramer has made a prediction about Bitcoin or any other asset, there's got to be like a graph, and it's like Cramer said buy, Cramer said sell, and just kind of shows you down the line like how it performed after the fact. There has to be a graphic like that.
Either that or like a YouTube compilation where like they'll show him saying something and then just cut
And then
to
like the
stock
graph
price.
next to it. Yeah, the
Yeah.
graph next to it. That would be cool. Yeah, we should
Yeah.
do that. Somebody should do that. It'd make a lot of views. I think Bitcoin will hit 1 million, but when could be 100 years from now, but who knows? That's what I mean. Like if you have like hyperinflation or long-term inflation, like depends
You'd
on
have
where
to
you
go
put
Zimbabwe.
either that or like you
Zimbabwe.
or like he said, you put the target 100 years out, right? Like then at that point, maybe, I don't know if it's still around.
So on that note,
Mhm.
maybe Jim Cramer has access to some of that Walt Disney technology and he can freeze himself.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Yeah. Can you imagine waking up and seeing that face?
Jim Cramer's going to upload himself into the singularity, and we will have Jim Cramer for the rest of eternity giving us predictions on the stock market. And he'll be so much more confident too, because he'll be like tapped into the AI, and he's like, I know everything. And then it will poison the AI, and the AI will become stupid.
Perhaps that's the key to saving humanity.
That's how you protect humanity from AI. You give it the Cramer vaccine. You inject his consciousness into the AI, and all of a sudden it's no longer a threat. We're on to something, Mitch. We're on to something.
Hang on, let's go fuck with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I want Josh to be here for these. Here, I'm going to go through some of y'all's stuff because I want Josh picked these for a reason, and I don't want to leave him out of too much.
I mean, while we just kind of stumbled onto ChatGPT there, apparently one of the guys who worked for OpenAI was saying that simply saying thank you to ChatGPT is costing them like thousands of dollars. So always remember to thank ChatGPT. You're making sure that when the day of when the machines rise up, you'll just be made a slave. You won't be killed.
Yeah. I'm
So
trying to pull that story.
but
Yeah.
also you're fucking the evil foundation. So there we go.
Yeah, this is it right here. Copy link. Let me drop this over here. Let me see if it'll do it right here. Oh yeah, that's super zoomed in. You can definitely read that. Yeah, saying thank you and please to ChatGPT is costing OpenAI millions of dollars, says Sam Altman. So yeah, keep doing it. You know, if you don't like AI, just keep saying please and thank you. Yeah. F-18 fell off a carrier. What? That's not one of the new ones, is it? Or no, it would be the F-47 or whatever they fucking called it.
Still, the F-18's cool. That's like the Blue Angels one.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So
yeah.
It's the cool looking one. The one that looks like those what were those, like those Mattel like metal toys that were like seconded as deadly weapons for when an intruder breaks in. F-18 carrier. If y'all are posting these, get in the Discord and drop some down and let me know, because we'll go through some bullshit with you guys while we wait on Josh. I just feel bad. I don't want to go through his stories without him. F-18 falling off a carrier. No, these are just landings and things. Did y'all post it?
Personally, I want his opinion on the first American Pope.
Who?
The guy that we watched.
Oh, the pastor. We have to find out what church he's from. King, if you're listening.
He's got to be a Baptist. Everything about that screamed Baptist to me.
You think so?
Yeah. Either that or non-denominational.
Yeah. What is what'd you say? Bishop? Catholic? What'd you say? Baptist. You said Baptist.
Yeah.
Are the Baptists historically anti-Jew?
I mean, depends on who the Baptists are you talk to. Baptists range drastically depending on which church you go to. On one hand, you could have one that just they all adhere to the same ideas, which I could see how libertarians would also be drawn to this, which is that it's the relationship, instead of going to confession and like doing all the ritualistic stuff that comes along, they focus on the personal relationship between the individual and Jesus Christ. And just the fact that it's done more on an individual way, I could see how libertarians would be more drawn to that. But because it's so individualistic, the churches themselves drastically different.
Yeah.
Like Westboro.
Oh yeah, they're my favorite. That was the first protest I attended.
Oh really?
Right. Yeah, Westboro Baptist Church.
Was it the one where the Klan protested with you guys?
So this is a good story. So I was in high school, and not the high school that I went to, but our rival high school, a news report had come out like a few weeks earlier that they had the highest per capita positive HIV rates. So that this school, which happened to be called the Gaithers, had the high, they're the Gaither Cowboys in Tampa. So there was like some study or some report that came out that said the Gaither Cowboys had the highest per capita rates of STDs, namely AIDS and HIV, in the whole county. And so the Westboro Baptist Church decided that they were going to show up and protest this den of faggotry. And so we went out there to counter-protest them. Come to find out, they were also doing another protest in the area. The reason why they came down wasn't just for that. There was another high-profile event where somebody had crash-landed a plane or something like that. And like I think he saved a bunch of people, but the pilot himself died. And so they were having like this big funeral for him. And if you know anything about Westboro Baptist Church, they do not like funerals. And this was a high profile funeral. And so they protested that as well. So we countered them at that one too. So a lot of good times there. A lot of good times.
The good old Westboro.
I don't know what they're up to anymore. They can't have been canceled.
I mean, honestly, I'd be curious to know. I haven't. Last time I saw them, they were on Russell Brand's show on FX.
Oh, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
Russell Brand wasn't canceled yet.
Maybe they all died off. Who knows? All right, this was the.
I mean, they don't really bring anyone into the church, and all they had were the group. So that is possible.
I want to acknowledge this real quick before we go into this one. Yemen shot down 7 drones in the last month, like the big ones. I think Reapers. Oh, great! So we're gonna be going into some more wars. If they hit us, we got to hit them twice as hard. Even if we hit them first, we gotta hit them third.
Of course.
Thanks for the $5, Chuck. I am gonna drink to that. I did not forget about tradition. Again, I'm waiting on Josh. I'm gonna drink to that while this plays, though. This was the clip about the fighter jet. Let's see.
The U.S. military is maintaining its pressure campaign on Houthi terrorists in Yemen.
Houthi.
Launching hundreds of strikes in the last month on the terror group that is supported by Iran. Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin has an update tonight from the Pentagon.
For the past 32 straight days, the Trump administration has carried out nonstop airstrikes.
Oh, Jesus. I did not realize.
To stop the Iranian-backed proxy from firing ballistic missiles and drones at commercial ships and U.S. Navy vessels in the Red Sea.
The operation continues, and it will continue in the coming days until we achieve the president's objectives.
March 17th was the last time the Pentagon briefed the press and the American people, 2 days after the president's ongoing military operation against the Houthis began.
The initial wave of strikes hit over 30 targets at multiple locations, degrading a variety of Houthi capabilities.
But the Houthis keep firing missiles, shooting down at least 4 American MQ-9 Reaper drones, which cost...
I didn't realize that they were been firing at them for the last 32 days straight. That's crazy. They've just been bombing shit for the last month.
I mean, that lines up with what I've been seeing on War Graphics and like Task and Purpose and all these other YouTube channels. Yeah, feels like every other day I've been seeing Houthi positions bombed. Like, like.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't know it's been. I knew that he was like, we're going to stop you from fucking with the trade routes and all that. How come like all this stuff is just kind of like getting buried? Is it getting buried or am I retarded? Like, which one is it, chat?
I mean, I feel like it's getting buried because, there's shared interests with Democrats. You know what I mean? This is bipartisan.
No, they like the Houthis because the Houthis hate the Israel, and well, I guess they both like Israel.
Not really, though. Like
I'm thinking of like progressive leftists.
Yeah, no, not the progressives. Like the Democrat, the ones who are holding the reins of power.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. It's building up. Yeah,
cost more than $30 million each. U.S. officials confirm a 5th U.S. Reaper drone crashed on Sunday. The Houthis claimed responsibility.
The drone was a made surface-to-air missile.
The USS Carl Vinson, a second aircraft carrier.
Carl Vinson.
I will say, can we go back for a second here?
Yeah, we can do whatever.
Compared to all the other terror groups. Okay, pause. absolute swagger from the Houthis.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I gotta give them props. Like, I'm so used to seeing like these motherfuckers with the goddamn, the thing over their faces, just trying to do the scary terrorist thing. No. They're actually like cool looking beret. Like, I'll give them props.
Yeah, he's got a good fit. Chad seems to think it's true that they're burying it, hiding it. Other than the signal leaks, that's really the only information we got. Trigger, it depends. If you look for the information, you find it, but definitely being hidden from mainstream. Maybe they're just not talking about it, and then they're keeping it muted so they can say it's been ongoing and not be lying when they make up a reason to invade. That's a good point too. Like, it's been going on forever. Like, was it just another step? We're not the mother of all bombs. It's not anything new. It's just the next phase.
What's funny, though, is I've also been seeing a lot of people just noticing this conflict. Meanwhile, we've been talking about this for what feels like almost a decade now.
With Israel,
Yemen.
Yemen and Israel. Yeah.
Not even just Israel, but just mainly Yemen.
What's going on with the Kashmir stuff? What the fuck's up with that? What's going crazy over there? I don't know. You got to tell me. Only if we deport people to Yemen, then the Dems would say something about it. Yeah, send them back. That's our new. Well, look, Trump wants to take over the Gaza Strip. Maybe he wants to make that the new Ellis Island. If you want to,
we're talking about. I think he's talking about the ship between India and Pakistan.
Oh yeah, that came up too.
Yeah,
that's on Josh's notes, so I'll try to save it.
Yeah, we'll save that.
Yeah, India and Pakistan. Okay, yeah. I thought Trump was anti-war. You thought wrong, buddy. You thought wrong.
Trump doesn't like war because it's bad for business, but he loves to play strongman, which includes the shit that we hate.
Yeah, there was we're gonna do a different show on this, but like the first 100 days in review, and like that's one of the key points there. The guy that was supposed to get us out of every war and focus on America is getting ready to start at least 2 new more. What's up with the Discord CEO? What did he do? Are you killing our favorite platform? You got to get in our Discord so you can share this shit with me. What are you talking about? Passing the torch? Discord CEO. Let me hit news. Roblox Discord sued for. Oh shit. Here, see what you did to me. I appreciate the derailment.
Josh isn't here. We're just going completely off the rails.
We'll do whatever we want. I don't have a boss.
Holy shit! I did not expect that.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
Let me see. This was posted yesterday. So Roblox Discord sued for facilitating the sexual exploitation of a minor. Welcome, Josh. We're just talking about fucking kids.
Darkest thing to come in on.
The darkest member of the podcast comes in on the darkest fucking thing possible. Like, why are we talking about graping little kids in the mouth, Tim?
I'll tell you because,
Why are we talking about the rapist?
Because I got somebody said, "What's up with the Discord CEO?" right after I promoted the Discord, and I'm like, "What? What did he do? Is he fucking up our game here? This is our main platform."
I mean,
yeah,
Roblox for sure fucking up everything, but.
Being sued by an anonymous plaintiff for allegedly enabling sexual abuse. The lawsuit accuses the companies of not doing enough to protect young users. All right, I'm on Discord side. Fuck you. It's your job as the parent to keep them away from predators. It's your job to make sure that they're not in places they're not supposed to be, like the Swamp Discord. It's your goddamn fault, okay?
Yeah. Keep them out of my damn Discord. Y'all fucking kids ain't welcome.
Make GTA an adults-only game again.
That's right. Yeah, man. No, if this is the accusation, I'm behind the Discord CEO. Fuck them kids. Probably not the best phrasing, but I'll keep it. Josh, welcome. We skipped tradition and everything to wait for you because you're the host. So take it away.
Well, I appreciate it, Tim, here. So I appreciate everybody holding off for me here. So we'll go around and
turn it up just a little bit. Yeah.
Just a little. How about now?
Yeah, great. Good job.
How about now? All right, awesome here. So we'll go right into the tradition so we can move along with things here. So, Tim, what are you drinking tonight?
I went out and I found this is a BSB, brown sugar bourbon. I've been looking for this since I moved to Georgia. Couldn't find it. Finally found it. This is great. It's just as cheap as Jack Daniels or Wild Turkey or any of those, and way better. That brown sugar makes a huge difference. So brown sugar and Coke. That's what I'm doing.
I got nothing for tonight, so I'm just sitting here drinking water, enjoying the show with all you, with an abnormally large bottle.
A not abnormally shaped bottle. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, what the? No, bring that back on the screen there. What the fuck is up with that bottle, bro?
I don't. It was one of the discounted ones that they occasionally have at Publix. I had to try it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know. Okay. Does it taste watery?
Yes, it is very. It tastes like the very thing that seeded life on Earth. Yes, it does.
So it tastes like fish cum. Got it.
Yeah.
No, but you see, this was the cum that created the fish, which thereby created the fish cum.
So
you see how this works?
Got it. Algae cum.
The God damn it, we got to go. We need someone who's an expert on evolution to come.
Let's ask Kanye. He's an expert on fish cum. Yeah. That's what I heard.
Oh yeah, Kanye. There we go.
He knows all about fish, from what I heard.
Who's this Jew Jersey looking dude? I will not let you disrespect Josh with Jew part.
Jersey. Jersey. Damn, is it the glasses? First off, I'm not a Jew. I'm one of the ones who wants to kill the Jews.
Allegedly. Oh no!
I'm just saying, allegedly. I said allegedly. I don't want to, but people believe I do because I'm brown and I have a beard, and my ancestors went durka.
Aren't you didn't we look this up? Aren't your ancestors Czechoslovakian or something? Does that count?
No, I'm actually part German, French,
the
English,
German. Nope, you
Irish.
started with the German.
Okay, so I want to see this
I'm
ancestry
also part
test.
Iranian as well.
Yeah.
Do the ancestry test.
I've done a 23andMe already, my guy. What more the fuck do you want?
Screenshot.
Nigga, I screenshot this shit before.
I don't know. We'll find it later.
We'll revisit this.
I'll screenshot it for you later. Being retarded.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Josh? What do you got?
Y'all were watching me what I was doing here. I poured
I
out
didn't
the last
watch.
of the big nose over here.
Speaking of juice.
The big.
Kate was a lovely woman.
He doesn't want to kill the Jews. He wants to drink them. Okay.
Mazel tov.
There you go. Yeah, man. So the only thing that we really touched on while you were gone was this one here, was the bit Cramer, the Cramer coin.
Jim Cramer coin gonna go wild over here because Bitcoin's gonna crash or is gonna hit $1 million.
Yeah. So if there was a point you wanted to make with that, I don't know. We were just saying. I don't know how to reiterate what we said. Is he doing it intentionally or not? Is Bitcoin going to go up or down after this? Go ahead.
So it brings a good question. Number one, do you believe that Cramer here, good old Jimmy boy, is actually the cause of a lot of market issues because he just says shit on TV and everybody goes, do the opposite?
Mm-hmm.
Or does he actually know something that we don't? Because you got to think, Jim Cramer probably is plugged in at this point in his career to a lot of different people who know things.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Or is he just really bad at his job? That's what I said. Similar
He's
to
even
you.
better than the weather people because the weather people eventually get fired. Jim Cramer's been doing this for how many years? Decades.
But that's
He's been lying to people.
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to retread some old ground for Josh here. But isn't that the stage for corporate media? Is they just lie and they get promoted. That's how you get promoted. You lie.
I mean, yeah, maybe until everybody realizes you suck at lying and the network fires you, or you say
Maddel's still on the air.
Yeah, but she's gone through 5 different fucking news channels to stay on the air. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like a first round draft pick in the NFL, kind of culturally relevant right now. First round draft pick, doesn't do too well on his first team. He gets traded before the end of his rookie contract. Second team doesn't, file in for his, 5th year option. He goes out on the free agency. He gets picked up by 3-4 teams over the next 4 or 5 years. And then he eventually retires because he realizes that I'm never going to stick around and nobody really wants me. It's kind of the same thing. Rachel Maddow's at that point where we realize she's a bust and she's just floating around with these last couple teams spinning the drain hoping that maybe I have a good year so I can fucking keep up.
I can't turn Josh up. He's got to do it.
I gotta turn me up.
Oh,
How about now?
shit. Okay, just a little lower.
A little lower. How about now?
Yeah, you were peaking there. Yeah.
It feels almost inevitable. Speaking of like circling the drain and Rachel Maddow and Jim Cramer and all that, it feels like the old legacy media is just going over the drain, and they're all eventually falling into our little podcast world, going on different shows or trying to do it themselves.
No, the heaviest turds fell, like Cuomo and Lemon and Megan
Yeah, that's
Kelly.
what I'm saying.
The heaviest turds fell, but this drain is perpetual. It never drains.
No, it never does drain.
No, but at the same
always
time,
something spinning.
Yeah.
At the same time, at the same time, we got Tucker though, so at least there's that. But do you think that someone out there will eventually be able to ask Jim Cramer, what's the deal with this?
Yeah, how has no one asked him, like, Jim, are you aware of the memes about you? Like, what's going on? How do you feel that you've gotten everything wrong ever?
Yeah.
Well, like, someone's had to have asked him a question similar to that.
I'm sure in private, but like, cause you ever notice that Jim Cramer never really does like interviews anywhere?
Right.
You ever
Yeah,
think there's
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
He's
neither does Gutfeld, but that's because he's on 3 of Fox's shows, just like Cramer. He's on 3 different shows.
Exactly. When you're on your own show, you control the narrative. When you go on someone else's show, you open yourself up to critiques and criticisms, and if you're smart and you stay in your lane, you can avoid all of that. And that's what Jim Cramer's done. He doesn't go outside of his bubble, and I'm sure these things are said to him in private, but I just don't think that anybody's willing to like call him out to his face publicly most times, where he has to like respond to it in a public manner. He can just hand wave it off in the distance, like, he's just talking shit online. He's just talking shit on his show. He's never talked to me in his life. I don't know who the fuck that guy even is.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe he just avoids it because he knows that's going to be the question. He's like, I don't want to talk about that. I'm just not going to go on your show.
Maybe he's just going to drop Cramer coin, and we're all going to get fabulously wealthy.
Yeah.
A Cramer coin.
Mitch, how is this not a thing yet?
Yeah, Mitch, how have we not had Cramer coin be a thing yet?
I mean, on Pump.Fun, we could make it a thing by the end of the show.
Yeah, but can we make $1 million off of it?
That depends how much.
All right, hang on. There is a Cramer coin.
Oh, there is? Okay, someone made it. Of course.
Oh my God, it's like very, very, very cheap.
How cheap? How cheap? Pull
Just
up
like Jim Cramer, the value of Jim Cramer's advice.
3 zeros and then a 1.
I mean, that's still higher than what I would have imagined.
Let me see if I can get this blown up so I can show it to you.
Yeah, that's like.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
That
I'm
many
not
zeros.
gonna lie. I expect it to be lower.
Look, it's up on the day. It's doing well. Okay. You get
on the day.
I want to see like what's like. Oh look, all time.
If you would have invested on the ground floor, Mitch, you could have made over 600% ROI. Do you understand what investing in meme coins can do for you and your family, Mitch?
Jesus
you could generate.
That's
you could create
insane.
generational wealth. Your grandkids could retire coming out the womb, bro.
That's
off
crazy.
A Cramer coin, my nigga. Cramer coin.
That's pretty good. I was expecting that number to be down. Sorry about that. How much liquidity does it have? Look, you're asking too many technical questions.
Yeah, this is a
listen.
question for somebody who's a lot
it
smarter.
peaked. It peaked way before. Okay, so the volume at its peak was 280,000. So you could buy a
I
house.
thought it went higher.
I mean, my dot is at the top there, and
okay.
that's a 1/7 of a cent, or 70% of a cent, right there, 3/4. I don't know where the liquidity is on this thing. Oh, market cap. Here you go.
Market cap. What do we got, boys?
Where does it say? I'm too zoomed in. I can't see anything.
Yeah, I'm even lost.
Total supply 1 billion Cramers. Oh no.
Oh no. How many Cramers are in circulation though?
Yeah, I'm trying. Like market cap says 0 right now. So out of the billion No way. If there's a billion, here, we'll just do some quick math. Times 1 billion.
How many Cramer coins are out there in circulation?
The result is 139,600. That's the market cap of Cramer coin.
Well, no, the market cap is $1 billion. The current circulation and inventory.
No, what I did, there's 1 billion Cramer coins multiplied by the number, by the value, by current value, is only 139,000.
Okay, then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that right? Y'all tell me I'm all right. Did I do it wrong?
Yeah, I'm not a math whiz here. I'm just gonna have to see, you know, maybe I can buy out all of the Cramer coin one day and just say I own Cramer coin.
You want to have you want to be the central bank of Cramer coin.
I am Cramer coin.
I am going to take
that
up
was
all
my
the
valuation.
Cramer coin.
Yeah, it's not market cap. That was my valuation. You're right. Yep.
I kind of almost want to do like a pump and dump. Just
pump up Cramer coin.
Pump up Cramer coin, make it like put in a whole bunch of money, make everybody freak out, and pump in a whole bunch of money themselves, so it just fucking crazy ups the valuation, and then just back out. I love pump and dumps.
Just completely rug pull.
Hey, I mean, you know, look, when you look at that man, that is a face that says, Josh, rug pull him.
I look at that and I want it in a poster form so I can put it behind me and it just says, what would Cramer do? And I want that face.
I just want to have that face with the, like, there's a caption over it that just says, yoink, nigga.
That would be good too. I like that. All right, you want to do some Amazon? What, you got something?
Nope. Amazon
Okay.
it is.
All right, here you go. Amazon and White House crosshairs over report displaying tariffs costs. So I guess I think I saw something about this. They were going to display how much extra things were going to cost because of the tariffs. Is that right?
Basically, they were going to show you exactly. It was going to be like an itemized thing of like, hey, this is how much it would be without the tariffs. Now we're going to add in the tariff tax essentially to show you how much extra it costs. You know, basically pushing back. Now, I've heard stories that Jeff Bezos himself has refuted this and has said that that's not going to happen. But I don't understand how that's going to work considering Jeff Bezos isn't in charge of fucking Amazon anymore. So, like...
He's not? He doesn't have a controlling interest?
I mean, I'm sure he has a huge stake in the company, but he's also resigned as the CEO years ago. There's a different Amazon CEO now, so... Technically, I mean, if you really want to get granular, you could probably consider him like chairman of the board of like, you know, like trustees or directors or shareholders, whatever the fuck they call them nowadays. I don't know. But like, yeah, like essentially you know, Jeff Bezos is out here going, hey, Amazon's not going to do that. But Amazon, the company, is saying that they're going to do that as a way to help their customers kind of, you know, make informed choices when they're shopping online.
Yeah, so the first thing here, Amazon said on Tuesday its low-cost haul unit had considered listing import charges for goods in light of new U.S. tariffs, but denied looking at it as a plan for its main website after the White House accused it of a hostile political act. So I guess they have like some other site that was going to list it.
You know, it's crazy. Amazon owns a lot of things. You never know what they can do with all that information if they, you know, use it properly.
The company said its smaller haul division, which competes for low-cost buyers with Temu and Shine, had mulled displaying import levels. The team that runs our ultra-low-cost Amazon haul store considered the idea of listing import charges on certain products. This was never approved and is not going to happen, says company spokesperson. Womp womp. That would have been cool though. Somebody's got to do it. Like now that the idea's out there, somebody's going to do it.
Somebody got to do it. Like that was actually pretty interesting because like at the end of the day, you know, a lot of us who actually understand economics talk about that like tariffs are just a tax that you pay in a different way and it always ends up getting passed along to the consumer. So it'd be really interesting if people really kind of saw how much shit was going up because of the tariffs and not because of some other bullshit reasoning that politicians are giving them. How much more likely are they to go, oh man, tariffs are the price we pay to live in a civilized society like these
Right,
fuckers do
right.
right now.
Yeah, with the
And
tax line. Yeah.
And two, I actually think in the short term it would do good for, like, if you really wanted to make America great again. Yeah, now you're going to see who's actually like fucking fake Chinese bullshit goods and what's good quality American fucking wares, and you can shop accordingly. You know?
Yeah, it's like having a Made in America tag, but it's a line item on your receipt now. It's in your shopping cart. You can't avoid it. It's like, now you know. This company ain't doing their shit in America. Yeah, from a nationalist perspective, that would make sense. I just don't see how you... It's kind of like the GMO thing. You remember back when like everybody's like, oh, you have to label non-GMO products or label products with GMOs, and like that was the big fight to go against Monsanto and all that. And like for a long time, the companies resisted it. It would cost us too much to print something else on our labels and all that bullshit that they tried to say. But eventually, companies on their own started doing it, and now you see it everywhere. I think this is probably that.
Yeah. I mean, the market always self-regulates at the end of the day. Like, you know, it's always a funny thing. It was like, oh, if we all of a sudden stop making, like, not wearing your seatbelt illegal, would people stop wearing seatbelts? I'm like, oh my God, we'd have so many more people that, like, really? You would stop wearing your seatbelt because they made it, like, legal to stop wearing it? Like, that's your call. Like, most people don't wear, like, I'm still fundamentally shocked after like 3 years in the car rental business how many people don't wear their seatbelts. As someone who's been in several car totaling accidents where I've legitimately been saved by my seatbelt. But like, that's your choice. If you want to do it, that's on you. Like,
yeah,
I don't think more people are going to do it. Less people. It's like drugs. You're not going to go shoot dope in your butt tomorrow if they make heroin legal, are you, Tim?
Will I be drug tested the next day, even though it's legal?
You know, let's just say you work for a private company that decides they want to drug.
I might try it. I don't know. I might try it.
Tim, that's the thing that you finally come around on with like liberty and all that shit.
What? What do you mean? Okay, what do you mean finally come around on? And what? Bad example.
Man, yeah, real bad example. I'm learning that the hard way right now, Trigger. I know.
I mean, look, there's a lot of things I would do if I could still get a paycheck. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you.
I'm not posting that one. What I will say is, Joe kind of beat me to it, but congrats, Sean. Sean's in the chat. Won his city council thing.
Big ups to Sean.
I am disappointed in you though that your first act is going to be to undo. You're just going to change bylaws. You're a libertarian at heart. Your first act as elected town council member is to go change the rules that which we fight over. You're supposed to affect change. Okay, you're supposed to do the thing.
He is doing the thing. He's using Ronner as a weapon.
He's trying to implement Ronner.
No,
is that how I read that?
No, you read it retardedly. His first act is going to be to undo a Proposition 2.5 override using Ronner.
Okay,
He's
so Ronner's already in
Ronner
place.
to
He's going to
undo
weaponize it.
a Proposition override.
You're right. You're right. You just
Ronner is the real villain of all of this.
No, Ronner is a tool, and he is utilizing it. I understand.
Ronner is a fucking sledgehammer, and people use it when they want to appropriately.
Yes.
Sometimes they break down the walls. Sometimes they smash you over the fucking head with it. I've had both happen.
No, in all seriousness, no. Great job. Looking forward to see what you do. If you're not afraid of being removed for your speech, come back on the show.
Not afraid of being removed from my speech either. That's...
Yeah. Association and all that. But yeah. I don't know. This, like I said, I think this is going to be a move into the new normal. I think eventually we are going to see the tariff stuff, especially if it continues. I don't really know though. Trying to segue like Mitch over here. How are the tariffs working out for him? Is it going well?
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah. So this is your other story here. Let me blow this up. Stock market retreat after Trump's first 100 days is among worst starts for presidents in almost a century. Why is this here? Get out of here. So there's the chart. Oh, look, Biden. First 100 days.
Of course they pick Biden of all people. They don't even...
I mean, he's the most recent. That's fair. Is it not fair? Oh, well, the other thing too, you got to keep in mind is COVID, because he was elected 2020, right? And so just kind of like, we dipped way down real bad. So this growth isn't really growth; it's like a return. So that's a fairness for Trump. Go ahead.
And that's what I was gonna say here. Of course, they're gonna choose Joe Biden. Like everything that Joe Biden did in his first 100 days did not affect the economy in any way, really. This was all shit that the Trump administration did, and it just happened that like he did it as he was going out the door and just decided not to like fuck over Joe and the country. So Joe got to experience his first 100 days, a nice little boom as, the COVID economy recovered from its bullshit and moved along. Now here, Uncle Donald here, unfortunately, is learning that the stock market doesn't like uncertainty.
Yeah, no shit.
And that when there's uncertainty with things, people sell stocks because, unfortunately, all of these companies you invest in on the stock market are globalized companies that have very interesting and very diverse supply chains, and you are going to get impacted no matter what. So, I mean...
Speaking of, I wonder what the fear and greed index looks like right now.
The volatility, I have the volatility index. I follow that on my phone. The volatility index has gone fucking bananas. And that's usually a good sign of like either a recession incoming or a depression incoming or some kind of bubble pop incoming. So like the fact that the volatility index has been going fucking ape shit for like the last month and a half, like... I don't know where to put my fucking money right now. Like, I'm doing the Warren Buffett and just holding fucking liquid cash because it's like, you can't put your fucking money anywhere right now. You put it in the crypto, that shit fucking tanks. You put it in the stock market, that shit fucking tanks. You put it in the gold and silver, that shit goes a little wobbly, but gold's still going up, so maybe that might be a smart thing. But like, you can't put your fucking money nowhere right now. Where the fuck do I put money if I want to be invested right now, if I want to make money?
I mean, this... looks like it's doing all right. Here, I'm going to put us in like this view or something. This is doing all right. A lot of green today. A lot of green today.
A lot of green today.
Tesla's looking pretty good today. Damn.
What's 6 months? 6 months is 180 days.
Oh.
3 months is 9. Yeah, that's 90 days. 90 days. That's a lot of red, bro.
That's a lot of red. 18% down on Google. 18% down on Meta. 12% down on Microsoft.
Everybody's favorite NVIDIA.
14% down on NVIDIA. 21.5% down on Amazon. Like, guys, these are
percent down
the
on
Magnificent
Tesla.
Seven are hurting right now. Magnificent Seven are fucking struggling right now. And you see it, like we got a couple wins, like Costco's still doing good. If you want to, this is not financial advice, but Costco.
Hey, this is Warren Buffett. This is Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah, Berkshire Hathaway doing good. Is that Netflix down there in the corner right in the Meta? That's Netflix right there. Yeah,
up 15%.
Netflix taking advantage of that WrestleMania bump right there.
There you go.
Where else we got? Coca-Cola making money. McDonald's making money. T-Mobile making money. Let me see what else here. Uber bringing in some bread. PayPal bringing in some bread. So you got you can put your money places, but it's tough to keep up with the market right now with all this volatility, and that's the biggest concern. Is like you can't put your money in anywhere unless you're like you're a Warren Buffett invest and hold style investor, and where do you really see value in the market right now as an investor?
Gold. I mean, that's where I get my biggest returns right now, but that's all right.
Let me rephrase this question for Tim specifically here.
I'm sorry.
Where in the stock market do you see value?
Gold. Right? What are you talking about? Gold mining companies? Yes.
I love you, Timmy.
You can't win. Okay.
I can't win.
Look at this. This is awful. The percentage change in the S&P 500 from day 1 to day 100 under each president. How is FDR at 79% increase? What the hell?
Because he came in right as the fucking Great Depression was ending, nigga.
That's crazy. LBJ was second. I killed Kennedy. I made the economy great. What? This is terrible.
Joe Biden, you had the
Joe
fucking...
Biden was number 3.
I mean, look,
yeah.
JFK in the top 5 though. So I mean, he was just LBJ just rode fucking Kennedy's coattails. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Obama, you were coming off of fucking like 8 years of fucking war with fucking George W. Bush. George W. Bush, you had 8 years of war, so all the fucking like goddamn
That's
defense
HW.
companies
Yeah,
did
yeah.
good. Obama in 09, of course. So like, look at this shit.
Let's see who's the worst. Ford. Oh no, the businessman.
Gerald Ford.
Or no, that was Gerald Ford. I was thinking Henry
And
Ford.
look at
Nobody
FDR.
voted for
Blam,
Gerald
blam,
Ford.
blam.
Yeah. Look,
The
here's Trump
president nobody
2025.
voted for.
He's almost the
Hey,
worst.
Right there with Nixon and Bush in 01.
Jeez, dude. Jeez. Can we invest in Somali pirates? You can.
There is a black market exchange for that somewhere out there.
See, Joe knows what's up. GDX, bro. Get in those miners. I'm getting clipped all out of context tonight. All right, never mind.
Get in those miners. Yeah, Tim, get all in there, miners. You gonna be digging for gold, boy.
Listen, Mario, you and I will talk later. It's doing good. Yeah, there is some way to invest in Somali pirates. I was unaware.
I mean, I remember seeing an article for it a long time ago on like Vice or one of those websites, but this was like a decade plus ago.
So I heavily contemplated when I was in college taking out a small personal loan so that I could take a tourist trip. So there was a Russian tourist organization that would organize you to go out to Somalia, and you could actually like they would basically like you could hunt down pirates for like a week.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I
remember
really
that.
could legitimately consider taking out a small personal loan so I could go on a fucking like week-long adventure to go hunt pirates in the fucking Indian Ocean off the coast of Somalia with a bunch of crackhead-ass Russians.
This is the most Josh thing I think we've ever heard you say on the show.
That he would go hunt Somalis.
Yeah, like I don't know what to say. Like that is
Pirates
just, like...
is fucking cool, dude. Didn't you see that one movie with fucking Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Phillips.
Yeah, like they killed all them niggas. Like I could do that too.
That could be me.
That could be me. I could do that.
I could kill that man. He
That
could
man
die.
right there could be dead.
I could kill that man.
He like, look at me, look at me. I'm the
Look
cat.
at
I'll be
me.
like, look at me,
I am
look at me. This
Captain
is
now.
556 going in your face, buddy. You shut the fuck up, dickhead.
Oh, you're gonna kill that man. Look at his nice, sweet family.
You know, he should have thought about that before he came up on my ship. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he really loved his children, he would have stayed home that day. But he didn't love his kids enough, so he went out on them waters and he caught that L.
Yeah, I was in this whole story with the tariff stuff. Let me pull this off so I don't get distracted by the Somali pirates anymore. All this stuff with the tariffs and all that. I was curious, who do you guys think is winning the tariff war right now? Because right now, in my understanding, because it changes every fucking day, is that it's Trump versus China. That's pretty much it. Everyone else has got some kind of exemption, and they're getting screwed.
I mean,
Is that about right? So who's winning?
That's what they say. That the media tells me, Donald Trump tells me, everybody tells me that China's doing horrible. You know, I don't know.
What?
I'm not Chinese. I've never been there. I can't speak for them. But you know,
You've
I
never
hear a
been?
lot of people say that.
Yeah, I asked Grok earlier, and Grok told me that China's winning, which was interesting. You don't think that's interesting? I thought it was interesting. I'm the only one that cares. Mitch doesn't care about tariffs.
I mean, I haven't really seen anything significant happen one way or the other. I've just kind of assumed we're just kind of still talking shit to one another.
Yeah. I told Grok to like look at different metrics and then compare them and then tell me who was winning and who was likely to win. It bitched out on the last part on who was likely to win. It's like, well, right now China's winning, but you know, anything could happen, basically, is what it said. So that was fucking gay. But this
suck, Grok.
But these were the metrics it used, and I can't get rid of this thing down here, so I'll try to do my best. But GDP growth was the first thing it looked at. So US 2025, China 2025. So in GDP, China is still expected to grow more than the US is expected to grow. Unemployment, China has slightly higher unemployment. But inflation, this was an interesting part about Grok. When it talked about inflation, if you read the rationale above, it says like, inflation is down to 2.4% or whatever in the United States, but China has a different problem because they have deflation and their prices are going down, and that's terrible. Okay. And then trade balance, deficit, we're still running deficits. They're still running surpluses, even after all this bullshit. So yeah, so like 3 out of 4. The only one that we really beat them in is unemployment, in my opinion, unless you want to take their rating that inflation is good and deflation is bad. Then you can flip that one and say it's a tie. But 3 out of 4. I'll read the final thing real quick. Let me get through all this rationale bullshit. So this was its who's winning. Currently, it seems like China is winning the trade war, given that the higher GDP growth and trade surpluses, despite deflation and higher unemployment. The U.S. Faces slower growth and persistent deficits, with tariffs potentially increasing inflation. If trends continue, China's policy flexibility through financial stimulus might sustain its position, while the U.S. could see further economic slowdown, especially with a 40% recession possibility in 2025. However, both economies are impacted and the outcome remains uncertain. Fuck you.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I kind of expected Elon's Grok to push propaganda for Trump and say that everything's going great.
We've seen Grok not toe the line with the corporate narrative in the past, so...
I mean,
yeah.
Let's keep in mind when I asked Grok what cryptos the fictional video game character in my scenario should invest in, it didn't tell me Doge, it told me Pepe.
And did Pepe do well?
I mean, it's
that's
still
what
around.
That's what you have to wonder. It's like, from the time it recommended it, did it go up?
It's still on my radar, so
I don't know what that means.
I think what he's trying to allude to is that Elon Musk was a huge fan of Doge, and like, he's a lot of the reason that Doge has any kind of shred of like respectability or any reason to invest in it is because everybody thinks that like Elon's holding a bunch of Doge and that he's going to keep investing in it, or he's going to make it a legitimate like altcoin comparatively to like Monero or Ethereum or all that. And the reality is that Doge can probably be looked at honestly as the most successful meme coin of all time, but that's about like where it's going to go. But it's interesting because for how much Elon used to talk about Doge and tweet about Doge and mention that, they would accept Doge for Teslas and anything involving any of his companies. For Grok not to mention Doge as like a currency to invest in is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah. He's like, what was that last part you said? He's looking to invest in Doge? Is that what you said?
It was, he recommended Doge.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So what happened was he started accepting Bitcoin payments and Doge payments. And what happened was he ended up liking Doge more because of quote unquote environmental concerns with Bitcoin.
Bro, what?
Okay. Yeah. Mining's bad for the environment. But like everything else the corporations do isn't. So
is AI.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
But anyway, I am getting a little bit of an echo, by the way.
I cut off my thing and put it back. I don't know where it's coming from.
Is it me?
It might be.
I don't know where. Ah! I heard it that time.
How about now?
Okay.
Ah! I'm blowing everybody's eardrums out. You're welcome.
There we go. Zero echo. Anyway, diving back in there. So he recognized Doge was originally made as like a joke to kind of make fun of cryptocurrencies and everything. It was never really the best it ever got worth was like 1 penny. I never expected it to go beyond a cent.
Yeah.
So, damn it, it's back again. But
I don't know, bro. Just pull your thing out when you're talking. Does that work?
Okay.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant pull your headphone back so you can't hear anything and then talk. All right, this is getting too meta.
This is getting way too meta.
Yeah.
So anyway, Elon brought people who had originally worked on Doge back into the project, and they built it back up again.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's him. I don't know. Listen, fuck you, Joe. You're just trying to get a fuck you. I was trying to hold it back. All right. All right, let's
get laid. He gets
Shut
pegged
up,
by
Mitch.
his wife regularly.
Shut up, Mitch. Fuck, I hate Trey too. All right, anyway.
Call her Peggy.
Oh my gosh. You want to know why they call me Peggy, Hank? You know how many times that meme's been sent to me? All right, here you go, Josh. What's going on here?
U.S. to offer Saudi Arabia $100 billion weapons deal as Trump visit planned. Report.
Yeah, that's going to be good, right?
Yep.
Good for America.
Uh-huh. Trump's going to Saudi Arabia in May. When he gets there, there is rumors he's intending to offer them a $100 billion weapons deal that would put out, I believe it's anti-aircraft and surface-to-surface and surface-to-air missile, as well as increase the number of, like, air assets that we can keep in Saudi Arabia. Because we already use Saudi Arabia as, like, a base, and the Saudi Arabian government allows us to, like, maintenance and, you know, do all of our shit on their bases as well as part of, like, our friendship with the Middle East. So, yeah, you know, basically we're going to dump a whole bunch of fucking Raytheon and Boeing money into Saudi Arabia to keep trying to fucking scare Iran and cover fucking Israel's ass.
Yeah, not great.
My opinion.
Here, let me get this CNBC clip here that kind of explains it.
Our lovely progressive allies in Saudi Arabia.
Very
I don't know.
progressive allies.
I don't know why it starts like this, but I'm for it. Let's go. Hopefully it's not one of those, like, just headlines. Yeah, it is the just headline bullshit. God damn it. Failed again. Jamie sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I saw something earlier. Well, no, this was more about companies, about, like, he's taking credit for all these investments that don't actually mean anything. I don't know. Is this anything new, though? I feel like every president always gets money from Saudi Arabia to buy weapons or whatever the deal is. Like, it's been that way since 9/11. Like, we're just always selling them weapons or buying weapons from them or doing whatever. And, yeah, I don't think it ever goes anywhere. We give them guns, they give us oil. That's how it works. Am I wrong about that? I feel like that's how it's always been.
I mean, we've also been doing their bidding in Yemen for all these years.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what the actual fair market value of all of this shit we're giving them is. Is it actually like $100 billion or less and we're making a come up for American citizens? Or did we buy all this shit from Boeing and Raytheon and General General Electric for like $300 billion, and now we're just trying to recoup our losses at this point? Like, what are we actually doing here, and why are we giving another country, like, why can't Saudi Arabia just give Boeing, Raytheon, and General Electric
just buy direct.
Yeah, why are you buying from us, like, through the country? Why don't you just buy direct?
Well, I don't think they can. I think, like, because, like, Boeing gets a lot of their money, especially in their weapons division, from the government. And I think a stipulation of that contract is that you can't sell weapons to anyone without the government's approval.
You can't. So why are they selling, like, weapon systems and shit to places like?
Because the government approves of it. Because they're allies, and there's some strategic interest in doing so.
So what you're saying is we're not actually allies with Saudi Arabia.
No, I'm saying that we are, and that's why they're approved to buy things. They just happen to buy more than anyone else, so they get the headlines.
Yeah, but
like,
why are we buying direct?
Because they can't. Because the weapons contracts with the federal, like, to be able to produce a mother of all bombs or whatever, to be able to produce a nuclear weapon, they can't just do that. They have to have the licenses and all the everything lined up to be able to do that. So a stipulation of that is you can build bombs and you can build fighter jets, but you can't sell them to whoever you want. You sell them to us, and if we want to sell them to somebody else, we have to approve it. I don't think you don't think that's how it works?
No, not at all. Because they also sell to other countries' militaries. That's how they get all these weapon systems.
I don't know. If that's true,
we don't sell Great Britain F-16s. F-16s are bought by Great Britain from Boeing, and they fly them over to them in Great Britain. The Germans don't buy tanks from fucking America. They don't buy the A1 Abrams. Either we give them to them or they buy them directly. I've never heard of a country not being allowed to buy. Maybe honestly,
actually, there was a back when Vice was cool. There was a guy who went to some trade school where they trade show where they basically were marketing all these different defense weapons systems and all of that. And they tried to confront this one company on why their rockets were found with on insurgents, either in Iraq or Afghanistan. It was one of the two. And they didn't want to talk to them.
So the quick search, can American weapon manufacturers sell military-grade weapons to other countries? American weapon manufacturers can sell military-grade weapons to other countries, but these sales are subject to strict regulations and approvals by U.S. government. That's what I'm saying.
Also, we've done contracts with German companies, H&K.
And that's where, once again, I think you guys are missing the bigger picture of the question I'm asking here is, if Saudi Arabia is one of our greatest friends and allies in the Middle East outside of Israel, why do they have to buy our weapon systems through us? Why don't we just approve them to buy direct? Doesn't that seem a little interesting?
No, because America wants their cut. The federal government wants their cut. Trump wants his cut. I gave you this deal.
Sales tax. They still have to pay the sales tax.
No, we want taxes. We want tariffs. We want a finder's fee. We want shipping and delivery. We want all that shit.
I can tell Tim works in logistics right now.
Yeah, we want all that shit, bro. All that shit. When I deliver a package, I'm not gonna say. When I deliver a package to a customer, I'm charging you 10 different ways for that same package. That's why you send a whole truckload. If I was just gonna send you this one piece on this truck, it's not worth it. But if I can charge you insurance, if I can charge you for the truck, for the driver, if I can charge you for the loading and the unloading, if I can charge you for everything, then it makes sense. And that's what Trump's doing. He's trying to tack on every little bit. So to your point, if they're such great allies, why don't we just let them freely trade with our companies? No, because they want their cut. I think that's. I don't think
also, do they really have free markets over there?
What, in Saudi Arabia? No. Yeah. We don't have free markets here. Name one place with a free market. Somali Ocean? I don't know.
Nigga, say Liberand. Say Liberand.
Liberand what?
I'm saying what we would consider to be freer markets. How about I rephrase it that way?
There is no such thing as a free market.
A freer market. That's what I said. Let's rephrase the question. Because obviously living here where we do in the West is preferable to many other places.
That's exactly what I'm saying here.
I don't know, man. Malay's giving me a run for the money, though.
I mean, I said many, not all.
I love your, what's the word for it? Careful language that you're using tonight to get out of all of this.
Careful language, terrible.
Yeah. All right, here we go. This is a Florida-based news story, so let's go ahead and jump into that one. I did get a message from the chair. He says that we have to roast Joe Hanu first. Deal. It's a pretty easy one, honestly. Joe's the warm-up show.
Uh-huh.
All right, here we go. Florida Senate Democratic leader Jason Pizzo leaves the party. Senator Berman elected as replacement. What do you want to say about this, Josh? There was a quote in here, but go ahead.
I missed the quote there, but you know, I know there's been a lot of talk about it. Apparently Jason Pizzo left the Democratic Party of Florida. Allegedly he was saying that basically that the Democratic Party has kind of lost its way and doesn't represent him anymore, and as a result he doesn't want to represent the Democratic Party either. And
Yeah.
I believe he left and went MPA, so he's still in the Senate, but he kind of pulled like you know, essentially like a reverse fucking Justin Amash, and went, instead of going like, I'm going to be a Republican and go independent, I'm going to be a Democrat and go independent, is what this dude did.
Yeah, this is the video. I don't know if we played the video on the Sunday show, but become a member. You get secret shows, and we preview stuff like this. Here you go.
I'm finding may not want it. There'll be a caucus meeting later this afternoon where I hope that the members of the Democratic caucus will elect a new leader. For today, I FedExed my voter registration form to change my party affiliation to no party affiliation. Joe Scott should receive that by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning in Broward County. And here's why. Our constituents are craving practical leaders, not political hacks. We are entrusted to be guided by our conscience, and while I suppose it's easier in theory than it is in application, even my worst detractors have no valid claim that I can be bullied, that I can be bought, or even borrowed for a special interest. I am my father's son, even in his death. I am my mother's son while she is still alive. I will not miss another one of her birthdays, and I will return to who I was when I became a young man, independent in thought, in my passion, and my conscience, not consultants.
Okay, so this clip that they decided to share doesn't have the quote. Joe had it right. He said at some point during the thing, Democratic Party is dead, and that's why he's leaving. And yeah, there you go.
Yeah. In Florida, it's definitely dead, for sure.
I don't know. It's like a cancer that never dies.
They have strongholds in Orlando and parts of Broward County, but for the most part, it's dead.
Yeah, and I can tell you right now, those are quickly washing away because you have so many people from red states that don't want to, like, that are so scared to leave the lifestyle they did with their, like, dense population urban environments. So they move from, like, New York or Philly down there, and they're all living in these areas like Broward and Orlando and are just changing all these blue enclaves fucking purple and red. So,
yeah.
Like, the Democrat Party in Florida is absolutely fucking dead. You know, it's going to be up to, I guess, the LPF to decide if they want to replace the Democratic Party or if they want to watch somebody lap them for second place in the state. But there is definitely...
There's definitely a mood swing. You saw it after COVID. There's definitely a mood swing in Florida. Like, it was, like, leaning red, and then after COVID, it was just, like, full-throated. Like, you saw... what was that county? It was Miami-Dade that voted for DeSantis too. Like, it was one of those counties down there that, like, doesn't normally vote for a Republican but did, and he won by, wasn't it like a 20-point margin? It was crazy. Like, Florida went from being it could go either way to no, this shit's over.
Yeah, like Monroe County generally has been a blue county, went red. Like Miami was like a purple county usually, went hard red. There was a couple counties up in around Orlando that usually were blue, went red. And I'm pretty sure Tallahassee, which is a big blue area, I don't think that was blue this time.
Yeah. I'm trying to pull it up.
Yeah, I think it might have actually been just one county up there, but I think it was like Leon County, Orange County, and Broward County were the only blue counties during the governor election, and he won phenomenally.
Yeah, here's a map. Let's see if this is a good one. So this was from Politico. This was looking at the 2022 election in Florida. Trying to zoom in some more so we get a good view of it. Okay, so
Conman, Charlie, Chris, and Ronnie DeSanctimonious.
Yeah, 19 points, 40 to 59.4. That's crazy. Tallahassee, so Gadsden County, Democrats won. Alachua, Chris Rose, what did you do to us?
Gadsden's funny because that's the highest amount of ex-cons live in that county.
Oh, there's two, Gadsden and Leon. Okay, so both of them went blue. I thought that was one big county. I don't know Florida. Alachua, there it is. There's Mitch's County, Orange County, doing great.
Very blue.
And then Broward was the only one that went blue. So yeah, Miami-Dade and Monroe both went for DeSantis.
And they're not like hard blue. They're like tepid blue.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, none of these are really dark. Yeah. Hey, look, there's Roos. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't know that they're gonna be a minority party. Like, he says the party's dead because he's probably making one of those speeches like, the Democrat Party left me, I didn't leave them. One of those kind of bullshit speeches. I'm kind of the opinion, like, if he really did feel that way, like, he should have just become insufferable and just like did everything he wanted to do, balls to the wall, and make them throw him out. Because if he was truly right, like if he was actually right about what the people wanted and where they wanted to go, they would have supported him.
I mean, this is kind of like Justin did. This is just performance politics and like virtue signaling. Like, he knows that like Florida is not voting Republican or not voting Democrat anymore. He knows that because he said it in Broward County, where he's probably at, is going red more and more. 'Cause I just moved out of there 6 months ago, and the amount of like, there's no reason I should have gotten 12, almost 13,000 votes as a first-time candidate running as a libertarian in a blue strong. Like, these are people who were like, we will vote for anybody but a Democrat because we are so fucking scared of what we just left.
Right. Yeah. I think Barfo makes a good point here too. The LP could not replace the Dems ideologically. Like, those Democratic voters that were supporting Charlie Crist or who was Nikki? It wasn't Nikki
Fried.
Yeah, it wasn't Nikki. It was Nikki Tits Fried. It was her.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna push back on that a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
I do know there is a type of Democrat voter who would have liked if Justin Amash would have ran under the Libertarian Party. The same people who are probably enjoying this person are the same people who like Amash but aren't necessarily libertarians. But at the end of the day,
those aren't Democrats.
There's a certain type of Democrat out there, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these people still vote down ticket blue for the most part.
I don't know who you're referring to, but like, is that a majority? Is it plurality? Is it a minority? To me, it would seem like a minority. There's not a lot of.
It's an old
there's not a lot of
Democrat. No other way to put it.
Yeah, so
it's the type that the progressives are slowly but surely wiping out.
Well, I think his like broader
a lot more quickly lately. It seems like.
Yeah, marginally libertarian. That's right. That's kind of what I'm going for. I don't think it's. Yeah. There's not a lot of Justin Amash Democrats in the world.
Well, that's what I'm saying is anyone marginally libertarian or the Democrat type that likes Justin Amash, that's not a lot.
An old progressive Democrat told me they want Amash to run as a libertarian. I don't know what to do with that information.
I'll never forget that. Talking to one of my family members who's a pretty staunch Democrat, like, donated to the party, voted for Joe Biden twice, like, a middle-aged party member, like, fairly involved in politics. And I remember them saying, I was like, yeah, there's a lot of people, and, because they knew I was a libertarian, they're like, yeah, there's a lot of people that want Justin Amash to run for our presidential candidate. And I never remember, they looked me in the eyes and they go, I hope not. Justin Amash would be the worst representative for the Libertarian Party I've ever seen in my entire life.
I don't know about that.
You see, that person is plugged into politics. My uncle, who I'm thinking of in this instance, his sources are NPR. But like just radio, not like the stupid articles that we see online.
Yeah, I don't know that he'd be the worst representation for the LP.
Oh, the family member I had was like, he's two-faced. He doesn't stand for anything. He's a horrible candidate, and he'd be a horrible representative for your party if you guys nominate.
But Josh, he stood against Donald Trump, and that's all that matters.
That's all people remember, and that's why they hate him now.
And that's actually part of why she said he would be a horrible candidate. Was she was like, yeah, I don't like Donald Trump, but a lot of Republicans are going to remember that he was a Republican trashing Donald Trump. So how the fuck does he expect to draw votes from the right and Republicans? Because he's not going to draw votes from the left and Democrats because he's a former Republican running as a libertarian, and we're not buying his fake Trump hater bullshit.
Yeah, it goes back to the thing like he has no chance of winning, so why would I support him? Very typical argument.
I love how after all those years of running for nothing, he ran for the nomination in Michigan and did not even get the Republican nomination. Love it.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next in Florida. I hope that that at least, even if the Libertarians don't replace the Democrats, because I don't think that's possible right now, even if that doesn't happen, I do hope that they're able to gain ground out of this. Like the Democrat Party in Florida is suffering under the weight of the Republican Party. They just can't fight back, and they're just incapable of communicating. So there's a huge opportunity. Whether or not that's taken advantage of remains to be seen, I guess.
Roger Stone, please come to convention, party with us. Bring some drugs and prostitutes, and we'll talk about the future of, supplanting the Democrats in Florida.
Roger he's a fan of libertarians.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. Met him in person. It was cool. I liked that.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
I know many people who have met him and worked for him.
I've never worked for him, but I did meet him. He grabbed my gun. It was weird.
I remember that story. I remember that picture too.
He wanted to.
That picture's on.
He wanted to do more than peg Crosby.
Oh,
he wanted to do the real thing.
Oh god. Yeah.
He said, "Blow your gun, boy."
Yeah. I don't know. Josh, did you watch this? I guess we could have covered this in the economy section. You have a video linked here, China collapsing under tariffs. Did you watch that video?
No, I've just seen
it's
Mitch
terrible.
posted in like 6 different places, so I figured he would want to talk about it considering how hyped he was on it.
No,
Wait,
I
posted
think
this video?
I posted that 6 places? What the fuck?
He posted it not only in our
This is the
show
video.
suggestions, but also in our host show suggestions.
It's a terrible video.
Sometimes I just post them in 2 places because I think, maybe this could be worthy. So
Did you watch this video?
Did you watch it, Mitch?
Yes,
now I'm
I
glad
did.
I posted it without watching it. This is making it so much better now. How terrible is it, Tim? Because you were dumb
It's
enough to
awful.
watch.
I watched all 20 minutes of it. It was fucking awful.
What? I didn't even look how long. 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Mitch, what are you doing?
Dude, I didn't expect to be put on the spot of the things that we put in our chats.
Yeah.
You posted in the public chat, so I figured it was fair game. You also posted in the episode content. I figured it was fair game.
I thought maybe you would have actually watched it and brought something to the table, but no, here we are, Josh. Why are you blaming me for your shortcomings?
I think Barfo watched it too.
Shortcomings?
I think Barfo watched it too. It was dog shit. It's a terrible video.
What do you want me to say, man? I just posted something.
If you don't watch the 20-minute video, Mitch.
I posted something in our thing thinking, I'll come back and watch this later, and I just didn't because I have other things going on.
Now we all have suffered for it.
Gee, because what? Because you didn't watch something either?
Here, I'll summarize. I'll summarize the video for you. China is suffering terribly because they want access to the American consumer, and Donald Trump is a great genius because the tariffs are working. It's spurring new investment. China's falling apart. They can't take it much longer. And instead, in Trump's grand idea, I think the biggest, I don't know, not revelation, but biggest thing out of this whole video is the part where he goes in and starts talking about this is a new way in the new era of how to make trade deals under Donald Trump. Rather than signing formal deals, we'll just put tariffs on the things we don't need and no tariffs on the things that we want or do need. And so his example was, well, we're gonna tariff the shit out of your cheap toys or whatever. We don't need those, but we do need pharmaceuticals, so we're not going to tariff those. And in that way, Trump is going to be able to create a living trade deal, if you will, where it's controlled by tariffs and things like that. That's his whole spin throughout this video. It is a straight propaganda video. It is fucking terrible.
Tim, I
What?
appreciate you for doing
Yeah.
that because me and Mitch somehow have gained by your loss.
Well,
You're welcome.
I thank you for doing that because I have very important things going on in life.
I wanted to be prepared. I'm sorry.
So I'm
Mitch
glad
just
that
Chad memed the fuck out of us. He, like, Mitch, did you watch the video? Fuck no, I didn't watch the video. Like, big Chad move. Just post a 20-minute YouTube video in the Discord. Don't ever fucking watch it. Don't come back to watch it. And then when he gets called out, blame all of us for not watching it as the reason why his fucking section sucks.
You're the one who put it on the show.
Big Dick Chad. Yeah, you're right. You caught me. Big Dick Chad move, bro. Like, that was definitely like, you just like, I was like, Mitch, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't know.
It's not even the only one on the notes. I saw the other one too. It's like, okay, I guess I can kind of talk about that one, but it's like the lamest of all the things that we could bring up.
Can we make a new? I know we're not big on rules in the swamp because
We
this is
try.
our swamp.
Yeah.
Can we have a new swamp rule that if you're gonna post something in the public like episode content section or really more of the private episode content section, that you watch the content or you review the content before you submit it? Because when I see it in our
Sir, we are on
posts-
the internet. We are shit posters. Meme magic is real. I'm sorry, I can't promise that.
Oh, fucking.
I will say though, and this will kind of affect you a little bit, Josh. If you're gonna put something in your show's notes, you should know what the fuck is coming up.
Me? What? You're gonna get me
no,
down for
we
this?
no. We've
Mitch didn't watch
attacked
the video he posted. Now it's
you
my
and
fault?
you and I have attacked Mitch for this same thing repeatedly.
I am not denying this fact.
See?
We're not talking about
you
me right
hypocrite.
now. We're talking about Mitchell up here above me.
No,
And
man,
why he didn't
quit
watch the
deflecting.
video he posted in there.
The motion on the floor was to propose a new rule that about
Motion
watching
to
content.
substitute. I like to substitute this motion
If
for
we
a
need to bring
motion
this
to
to
continue to
Swamp
question
Court, I'll
Mitch
get
on
robbed.
his
He
life
owes
choices.
me a legal thing since
He don't know you shit. That was a stupid lawsuit. You lost.
Yeah, I lost, and after the fact, he told me he owes me one as my swamp lawyer.
Sounds like Trump's 5D chess is going to collapse China and save Taiwan without violating the NIP, the NAP, best libertarian president of our lifetime. That's basically the video. You're right. That is a good summation of the video. And of course, Ronan thought it was the best video he's ever seen. Of course.
Ronan is right.
Ever. Fantastic, 5
just more-
stars, amazing. And I mean, you look at Xi Jinping on fire there. Like you'll see nothing else that great anywhere else. It's the greatest. It's the best. Ronan gets it.
I'm just really upset deep down that I just got like Chad meme by Mitch up here. This is
He did it.
He did it. He fucked me. He was just like, haha, I didn't watch it and you didn't either, but you put it in your show, so you're a stupid fuck.
Yeah.
Got me there. You got me there, Mitch. Dead to the rights. I'm never posting anything you post in there again. No more episode content for you.
Man, if you saw what the watch later tab on my YouTube looks like,
God,
you'd
I
have
don't
an
wanna see all the
aneurysm.
gay porn you're missing right now. That'd be
Oh
terrible.
my god, only the best.
This is too long of a video. I thought it was going to be shorter than that. Here, let me grab this other one.
Trisha Takanawa over there.
I don't know. She sucks. Here we go.
I hope. Oh God.
A massacre has reignited the forever war between India and Pakistan once more. Kashmiri voices are missing. I don't know what that means. Oh, once more Kashmiri voices are missing. Yeah, so I guess India and Pakistan are going to fight. Is that what's going on, Josh?
Yeah. Apparently there was a big terrorist attack in India recently. I think we covered that on one of the more recent shows.
Did we?
Basically, since then, there's been a lot of strife back and forth because essentially, as with a lot of countries that have border disputes and issues with terrorism between each other, India is saying that Pakistan was responsible for the terrorist attacks that happened in their country. Pakistan's going, these are terrorist organizations that are not state sponsors or funded. How the fuck are we responsible for terrorists?
Mm-hmm.
And India is basically going, we don't give a fuck what you say, Pakistan. If you want to go to war, we can go to war.
Here, I guess this interview does kind of break it down a little bit, so I'll go ahead and play some
Where
of
do
it.
we go from here? Are we inching
Smash.
closer to a war between the two countries? Well, thank you for having me on your show.
Mustache Ride Wood.
I would say that what is important is to know that there has been a major terrorist
Desi
attack in
accent
India.
gets me, boy. Let me tell you
A number of people have been killed for no other reason than being at the wrong place at the wrong time and having the wrong religion as far as the perpetrators of terrorism is concerned. Now, what we are seeing today is the reaction to that terrorist attack.
Like Josh
This
said,
is not
good
an
job.
isolated case. Pakistan has used terrorism as an instrument of its policy for many decades now. You would recall in 2008, we had the horrendous Mumbai attack that killed
I don't recall.
a very large number of civilians all across Mumbai. It included American and Israeli nationals.
Oh, great.
And then in 2019, there was, the Pulwama attack in which a very large number of, our security forces were killed. And at that time, there was international outrage. I think the United States and many other countries were very firm that India had the right to defend itself.
Of course.
And so we had a hiatus. Terrorism stopped for some time. And we thought that Pakistan had sort of, withdrawn from its policy of using terrorism to advance its interests as far as India was concerned. But this attack, I think, has sort of brought back the same concerns that Pakistan is using terrorism. The sense in India is that unless you are able to retaliate, unless there is suitable deterrence, Pakistan will continue to use terrorism and increase the scope of the use of terrorism as part of its policy. And I think that is something that we cannot allow. And what you're seeing today is really a consequence of that action that I think has led to
jumping for it.
A number of reactions, including Pakistani attempts at diverting attention by opening fire on line of control.
All right, so basically there was a terrorist attack. Then it went quiet for a while, and then now they're back, and so there's going to probably be a war. Ronan, $10. First one to get their MAGA hat on does not drink. Too late, Mitch.
Pay attention to the chat, boys.
I'm going to drink either way. I don't have a MAGA hat, but I was going to drink either way. You don't tell me what to do.
I was going to say I drank the last of the Cade anyway, so I'm out. But
yeah, no, okay. So there's going to be an India-Pakistan war. It was called the Forever War? I didn't know that.
Yeah, this shit's been going on for hundreds of years, honestly. Yep. Like, they've been fighting over Kashmir longer.
Who's been fighting longer? Israel and Palestine? Or India and Pakistan?
India and Pakistan, 100%.
Oh, yeah? Well, you said 100 years, so yeah.
This has been going on since before, I believe, even before England colonized India. Like, I think the only time it really kind of even stopped was when England colonized India for a while.
Yeah, and another thing is, with Israel, everyone has been fighting over that land for, like, a long ass time. Like, it's been tons of. With India and Pakistan, it's always just been India and Pakistan.
They want some.
So, is there like anything that's different about this? Like, why does it matter now? Just because it's sparking up again? Is that really it? Like, why does anyone give a shit?
Modi, I think, has aspirations.
I just think this is some, like, Vladimir Putin, like, let me talk about the last 1,200 years of, like, our country's history to make you understand why this random ass chunk of land is actually important when it's really not.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. My position on this is the same as it's been on every other war. It's not our business. Let them kill each other. I don't care.
But it's interesting. We're going to hear about it on TV. This isn't like fucking 1942 where you don't hear. It's like, oh, so many people died in Europe. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to hear about it every fucking day if they go to war. And you have to remember, both of these two countries are nuclear armed, and they became nuclear armed specifically to fight the other one.
So we're on the side of India, I'm assuming, because Pakistan bad? I'm asking.
Whoa.
I don't really know. Where's America on this?
First off, America is not on either. They want them both to shut the fuck up real quick because both of them need to chill the fuck out. Honestly, America's really like, both of you ain't shit, and if you keep fucking around, we can bomb both of you and go fucking end this shit real quick.
What I'm asking you, I guess, is where is Trump on this? Which side is he choosing? You can't just say like don't fight.
I mean, he's probably closer with Modi, so he's gonna go like support
Yeah.
India, but he's probably gonna tell Modi, "Don't do this shit. It's fucking dumb." Because he, what was it? He kind of's got a good relationship, if I'm not mistaken, with Pakistan as well, and
Right.
Pakistan after is like the 5th biggest country in the world as far as population is concerned. So, yeah, it's China, India, us, and then I think Pakistan is number 4 actually.
Yeah, go
Look it
ahead.
up there.
I'm going to, but no,
you
go
can
ahead.
put that shit up on the big screen, show everybody. Pakistan is actually a really fucking populated country, guys. If you didn't realize that, like after all the Browns and
5.
number 5. Who's number 4?
Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Beautiful countryside too. If you see some of the mountains up in northern Pakistan.
I have friends from Pakistan. They're fucking beautiful over there. Like I wish I could go and not have to worry about getting killed.
Countries with the largest population: India 1.45 billion, China 1.42 billion, U.S. 342 million, Indonesia 280, and then Pakistan at 243. So not far behind.
Yeah, Pakistan's got like what 100 million less people than we do in the United States. Like, just think about that for a minute. You got Pakistan that's what about 2/3 the size of the United States, maybe even half the size of the United States, and it's got almost as many people in here as we do. It's probably got about as many people as we did in like 1990.
Right.
So like what 25 years ago, 35 years ago, like that's crazy to think about there. And their population is growing still. It's growing faster than ours is. So eventually they're going to probably overtake Indonesia in the next couple of years. And then we're probably going to be next.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I've said my piece on it. I don't think we should be involved, but I'm sure we'll find a way to get involved. Maybe we'll approve weapons contracts for both sides. And then we'll win.
One thing that this does make me wonder about is if shit goes down between India and Pakistan, will the Taliban up north of Pakistan take it as an opportunity to take the lands that they consider to be historically Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Because that's also a thing that's been going on recently since the Taliban took control of Afghanistan. Turns out the guys who would cross borders just to go fight whatever they want, in whatever fight they wanted to, won't just take desk jobs. They're just going to take their AKs and, go across the border and fuck shit up in Pakistan.
Yeah. But don't they look the same? Well, yeah, Ronan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a given. That's why part of the reason why I don't give a shit. To determine which okay, so Sean was asking which one was actually longer. To determine which conflict. Okay, just give me the answer, fucking Grok. You don't have to give me your work here. Okay, so India, Pakistan, 78 years. Israel, Palestine, 77 years. So 1 year difference. So they've been fighting almost as long, slightly longer.
Oh, so you mean since India got its independence?
Yeah, since Israel was a country, right? Kind of.
Yeah, but it seems like even on what about Hindustan versus Pakistan? Because Hindustan is what India was before it became India in 1948.
Listen, Mitch, it's not the truth. It's Grok, and Grok is just a theory. Okay,
damn it, Grok. Gay theory.
Queer theory.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens from it. If it's true they've been fighting forever, they'll just keep fighting, I'm sure. And we'll keep bringing it up when it becomes more relevant. Here's something that's definitely relevant. Boom, boom, boom. Jade Cargill. For everybody that tuned into the private Discord thing where we were watching WrestleMania, everybody in the front row let their intrusive thoughts win. And if you look, everyone in the front row is checking out Jade Cargill's ass. Here, let me get you a better picture. Here it is. And here it is. Everybody's just kind of staring down. She's looking down. He's looking down. He's looking down.
I love the little kid on the far right underneath
This
the
guy?
microphone who is
This guy.
the little one
Yeah.
who's just like he's got biting that bottom lip over there. He like, I'm gonna take some of that dark chocolate home with me tonight, mama.
Even this guy in the back, he's getting some too.
Yeah,
he's over here taking a picture.
Dog, look at the guy in the white shirt with the green hat in the way background, just with his jaw unhinged. No, not that man. He ugly.
This one here?
Way back, yeah, that guy with the gun glasses. He's just staring that bitch down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, everybody was checking her out. I do think it was pretty, I don't know, unique of her. She's like, I don't mind it. She saw the meme. She's like, it's all good. That's what I'm here for, baby.
That just made me laugh. I thought it was super fucking funny because, like, how many people are gonna respond to that in like that sense? Like her and like maybe like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then this one, I'm sure, is a post for Mitch. We're kind of going into the random stuff.
Okay, so this was the other one that I saw. When I saw in there, I was like, the fuck? Did Josh go down this rabbit hole too? Because I'm positive he didn't.
He didn't.
And
no, I've been following the Johnny Somali stuff. Like,
you have?
I was really hoping they would have put that. Like, I've been waiting for them to stick that nigga in jail for months. Like,
yeah,
he's
still live streaming, even though they told him not to.
All right, so before y'all get too deep into the woods, I have not watched a single Johnny Somali video. So, for my benefit and the benefit of everyone else in the audience who's ignored every post you've put up against Johnny Somali, what is the situation? What is the situation here?
So, and Mitch probably has better details because, like I said, I've been following his case, not super detailed, but like I think it's funny. But he's like one of those like YouTube, like one of those streamer like type of dudes, kind of like Kai Sen and fucking like I Show Speed.
Right.
And he went to Korea and started doing all of these like streams where he would like prank people, if I'm not mistaken, and like. Apparently, the things he was doing, a lot of people like it's considered illegal. Like it's not like America where you can just like that shit just slides. Like they take that kind of disrespect super seriously over there. And basically, he got slammed to the wall with like a bunch of different charges, and they like arrested him, put him in jail, then let him out, then arrested him, put him in jail again. And now he's going to court, and like I think he said I think I was reading like he was facing up to like 25 years in prison in Korea. So like Mitch, I probably fucked up some details along the way if you want to correct me, but like this shit's just super funny because it's like you think that you come from somewhere and shit just applies all the same across the board, and then you learn the hard way not everywhere is like the United States.
Yeah, and despite getting charged and everything, the way the Korean system works is, from what I can tell based on YouTuber Legal Mindset, they don't exactly hold you like in jail before you've been released. They go on, come back for your court date and all that.
Yeah.
So basically he had the first charges, then they sprung new charges onto him, which is why it's all like just building up because of all the dumb shit that he did. What we see here was recently where him and this other guy who he's staying with, who ironically enough, I know a dude who choked him out in jiu-jitsu, the Asian guy with the cowboy hat. I know a dude who choked that guy out.
Mitch knows everybody.
I do. Fun. It's a fun. It really is a small world. It really, really is. But so, despite getting all these charges, he's decided to continue streaming, to which he's gotten arrested again since, to which I'm sure those are going to be more charges that'll come up in court. And this was where him and this Korean guy decided to basically disrespect a bunch of countries' flags. You see they have the Chinese flag.
Yeah.
There was also but it turns out in South Korea, it's illegal to disrespect any flag of any country in this sort of manner.
Yeah, so I don't know. I see all this stuff. You guys are kind of pointing to that earlier. He's just doing all this shit, obviously, to get attention and just build shit for his stream or whatever. Fuck around, find out. You and I were talking about this off stream. It seems like, though, like these guys are actually being hit with real charges. It's not like in America, right? You do some dumb shit like this in a grocery store or whatever, like I don't know, maybe they're going to start getting more harsh right now, but like for now, like they'll just kind of, you get your headline, you get your tweet, whatever, you have your viral moment, and it's kind of over. Jack Doherty's doing this shit right now. He just got robbed in LA. Like that was the latest story that I saw about that. And so like he does this shit and it's all a setup and it's all whatever, and he gets away with it. But these other countries, there's a group of streamers that are going to other countries and doing this shit, and they don't fuck around. They put you and rape you in the ass prison. Like,
oh yeah, the Philippines,
yeah.
man, that's the big one. That
Yeah.
one Russian dude in the Philippines.
Yeah, I saw that video too of him getting like sentenced or charged or something, like the Russian dude. But yeah, like you're seeing this, like up to 2 years in prison, a fine of 3 million South Korean
It's gonna go on
won.
its own. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, like, could you imagine going there and think like, oh, it would be funny we do this prank and we record it and stream it, and it's like you're literally incriminating yourself, and they're just gonna use that against you in court later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing too. A lot of these countries, as much as people like to, you know, especially the left likes to make these like touchy feel good fucking places, a lot of them don't have leniency when it comes to their sentencing. It's very black and white. So it's either you do it and you get charged and you're like sentenced and that's it, or you get found not guilty and nothing happens. But like people are like shocked, like, oh, he's probably gonna walk away with like a small fine or something. Like people in Korea are like, no, there's no leniency with our laws. It's either you get it, you get in trouble, or you don't get in trouble. That's it.
Yeah. How long before one of these streamers goes to like some African country and like steals a bottle of water as like a joke and they cut his hand off?
Oh, I can't wait.
Like that might be the end.
Oof.
Mr. Beast's gonna learn his lesson one day.
Yeah. Here you go. Would you guys rather be raped in a Korean prison or an American prison? Korean for sure. The national average is smaller.
Way smaller.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Korean.
There's a whole lot less of a certain demographic there too. I got to worry about. Way cleaner, a lot nicer.
I don't know about cleaner.
I don't know, man. You know, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we played the Geo track or the Geo game or Geo Guesser in India, and we did it in Philly, and it was kind of the same, or Jersey or wherever it was we did it in. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, good times. No, not right now. Okay, I don't know where this debate came from. You didn't give me a link or anything. I think everybody knows.
There's no need for a link, bro. This has been viral for like a week now, so there's no need for a link. We don't.
I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it came from.
The internet. It came from the internet, bro. Like 4chan's down, so we have to. Things are coming.
4chan's back up. Have you not seen?
4chan is dead, my nigga. Stop.
4chan has risen.
RIP 4chan.
It's been co-opted.
The rumors of 4chan's death have been greatly exaggerated.
All right, well, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. So the conversation has come up, and it's come up.
Where we're going.
We were talking about it at work today at my job, like the last 2 days. So you got one gorilla.
I'm putting.
It's a mean motherfucker, but it's one gorilla.
Polling coming.
You got you and 99 of any other niggas you want to choose.
Okay, yeah, you got to set the premise right. Is that right?
You set the premise very differently, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are making fantasy
100 men versus one gorilla.
Okay, we can do
That's
it your way. 100 men versus.
We can do it both ways. I don't care, but
100 men versus a gorilla. Who's gonna win? I gotta hear y'all's opinions.
I'm trying to set up a poll, but go ahead. Yeah.
Mitch, you go first while Tim sets the poll up.
I want to say 100 men but it really depends on the men too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like you also have a situation where I feel like a bunch of guys would charge at the gorilla, but then when they get close, it would everyone would pause, waiting because no one wants to be the first.
I'm setting the bar. I'm going to continue to set the standard here, like set the scene, so to speak. So you got 100 average ass men. You can interpret that however you want, Mitch, but they're average. Average intelligence, average strength, average weight, average height. These are the most average ass niggas. Like, remember the Timmy Turner episode from Fairly Odd Parents where he wished to be like, everybody be gray blobs? That's it. They're all just the grayest and the blobbiest blobs ever, bro. They're all average. So you got 100 average niggas versus one big brolic ass gorilla. Who winning, Mitch? Like, let's go. Let's not cut the bullshit with all this. How smart are they or how strong are they? Average. They're all average. You can clone one nigga 100 times. They're average. The creator, the default creator wrestler in WWE. Like
that
2K.
gorilla will literally like smash dudes together to murder them.
Okay. So who you taking, the gorilla or the niggas?
The thing is, if I could choose people like what you said, I want to say the
average, Mitch. We're not there yet. Average, 100 average men versus that gorilla. Who's winning, the gorilla or the men?
You know, there's only one way to test this. We need to find 100 dudes who will do this.
Oh, Mitch, you are killing me here. Just answer the fucking question.
I really don't know what to say here.
It's 100 average men versus one gorilla. It's a yes or no. Who you got, men or monkey?
Don't you pull no chat GPT shit on me. You got to come up with an answer.
Yeah, come up with an answer there, Mitch. Don't AI me.
I'm going to go with men just because by overwhelming, by pure... But the problem is, like, if anyone is like, oh, I'm going to go hang out in the back because I don't want to get in on this at all, and I'm going to hope that they kill the gorilla before I get there.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have a lot of dudes who are going to try to avoid getting in front. I admit I will probably be
average men. Average age, Mitch. Average age. They're like maybe 35, 40. Come on.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going with the gorilla.
Tim.
You're going with the gorilla? Is that what you said?
Mitch, for your answer.
But just because Josh is really pushing it and I really want to move on.
Mitch is going Magilla gorilla. Tim, you got 100 average men. Average age, average height, weight, intelligence, average everything. Gray blobs.
Yeah, no. If it's average men are winning. It doesn't matter. Like, men are going to win. There's 100 of them. It goes like, I was trying to find I heard a really good breakdown of this, but basically there's 100 men. And yeah, the gorilla's going to tear apart like 20, 30 men, whatever. But like, there's a lot of like assumptions and presumptions that are made. Like, people have a lot of excuses. They'll say like, oh, well, what if the men are all fat and lazy? And like, what if they eat one man and then then everyone else gets scared and runs away? That's why I was saying like the premise is very important. So if like these people, if you take the presumption that these are average men, I'm not saying they're supermen. I'm not saying they're all cracked out. I'm not saying they're jacked or even that they have weapons. I'm just saying this is just like straight up average American man. You take 100 of them, and the only premise that really matters is that they're all willing to fight. Like, people are here in this ring because they are going to fight this fucking gorilla. The men are going to win. The gorilla's going to beat the shit out of them. He could kill a bunch of them. He could he could swat one and kill it. He could rip its limb off or whatever. But the gorilla's big, and it takes a lot of energy to move that quick for that long. Just by sheer numbers, the men are going to win in the end. I'm not saying that half the men don't die, because they probably will. But by the end of the match, the men will be left standing. I'm trying to find the breakdown that I heard because it was actually really good. But yeah.
You see, that is the thing that makes me think they would win.
And
sorry, Josh, you lose.
I lose. I'm the
yeah,
tiebreaker.
You're pro gorilla, right? You're pro gorilla.
No, not at all. I'm actually pro. Like, I don't understand how anybody could be pro gorilla. Like,
then why were you pressuring me to take the pro gorilla perspective so badly?
I was pressuring you to answer the fucking question directly instead of being a fucking dingus dancing around like you're fucking Mike Tyson in the 90s. Like, I wanted a direct. I asked a direct question. It was not giving me a direct answer. I was trying to direct the answer, and I wasn't getting it. I didn't pressure you.
Gotcha. Josh votes gorilla.
Yeah.
No, I don't vote gorilla. I vote men. Like, how does 100 men not beat a gorilla, Mitch? How?
Who's the motherfucker in our chat that said the gorilla wins? You have to explain yourself. I'll have to go back through it. I've been ignoring the chat because I didn't want it to
this
influence
seems
my,
like a
my
question
rationale.
that Joe Rogan really needs to answer.
Oh, he will, dude. It's coming. Next episode. It's happening.
Eventually, somebody's gonna bring one of the stupid guests he has is gonna bring it.
It's
up.
going to be the next episode. He's going to bring it up himself. How could he not?
It's got to be one of the ones with the stand-up comedian or like Duncan.
How do
Trussell.
lambs kill a lion? By drowning it in blood. Yeah, probably. That was a good
Enough
one.
lambs die, that lion ain't gonna be living no more.
Here, I'm gonna play this clip. I watched this. One of my favorite pastimes is watching leftists kill each other, and this was what I was watching this originally for. But they did bring this up, and they went to the almighty ChatGPT for it. This is Ethan Klein, if you know him. It doesn't really matter. But they had this whole debate, and I think this breakdown by the ChatGPT thing was actually right. And this is another reason I brought up the premise, because they argued about this premise for a while, and like it has to, like the presumption is it's average men willing to fight. Like that, it has to be that.
He knows that that's inherent.
See, I don't know how.
Okay,
I'm kind of having fun with it.
Listen up, guys.
Yeah.
In this scenario, 100 men versus one average men versus one average silverback gorilla in an open field, all willing to fight to the death. The men would almost certainly win.
I'm gonna go through the explanation, but you heard his prompt there, because he kind of like read it out. So that's kind of the premise that we're going with. 100 men, one gorilla, open field, everyone willing to fight to the death. I think that's fair.
If everyone's willing and they're willing, like they know what they're getting themselves into, then maybe the fear of backing out is less likely. I see what you're saying there.
And now watch the Ethan Klein that cucked him. Yeah, listen, I love watching leftists tear each other apart. I said that at the beginning. I'm not endorsing Ethan, but I think this is a good answer. Here you go.
Listen up, guys.
Yeah.
In this scenario, 100 men versus one average men versus one average silverback gorilla in an open field, all willing to fight to the death. The men would almost certainly win, but at extreme cost, obviously, right? Here's the breakdown. The silverback gorilla stats weighs between 350 and 450 pounds. The strength is 4 to 9 times that of an average adult human. Bite force is 1,300 psi, comparable to a tiger. It's extremely fast and agile. Natural weapons is the massive teeth, thick skin, tremendous upper body strength.
Right.
Average man, 170 to 200 pounds. No claws, no fangs, much slower reaction time compared to a gorilla. No natural weapons, unless somehow improvising. Let's assume, though, they just have bare hands and teeth.
Right.
Realistically, silverback could easily kill a man with one strike, crushing a skull, breaking ribs, or tearing limbs.
Right.
It would kill dozens before being overwhelmed. The first wave of men rushing in would die horrifically, literally smashed, bitten, torn apart. However, with sheer numbers, eventually enough men could pile onto it, grappling it, holding its limbs, dogpiling. Even then, the gorilla would kill or maim a huge number of them before it suffocated under the weight or was physically restrained and beaten to death. Casualties, probably 50 to 70 dead or gravely wounded.
Wow.
Whoa. So, I mean... Victory, yes, the men would ultimately kill the gorilla, but it would be absolute carnage. That was a really great breakdown.
I think it was good too. That's
That
why I
was
wanted to
about
share
what
it.
I figured in my head too, and I thought about it. I was like, God damn, this weirdo fucking leftist is really like reading my mind right now. Like, yeah, you can beat that gorilla, Mitch. Absolutely, 100 average men can beat that gorilla, but it is going to come at a significant and grave, severe cost to those 100 dudes.
Those
like
those 30 remaining guys.
Right,
that have,
right.
Like,
Those 30 remaining guys are going to form a small fucking like VFW of gorilla fighting niggas, and they're gonna meet once a year and just share war stories of that day.
Yeah, man.
Remember Parker? Yeah, Parker was a good one. He held on to that motherfucker's thumb for like an hour before he beat his skull in.
Yeah, man. Yes, I don't know. And then like the comment that I made in our Discord, I mean, like, the gorillas are in zoos. We win, bro, every time. Don't vote against man. Okay.
Never vote against man. Now that we've gotten through this, where we all can like objectively agree that 100 average Jews can fuck up a gorilla,
Except for that one vote in our chat, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah,
I don't know who it
wrong,
was,
and I
but you're
hate you.
wrong.
You're probably a woman who voted. That's what it was. Secret woman voted.
There you go.
Anyway,
Joe Rogan.
Fuck you. Now it's you, but you get to draft 99 other dudes. I need your top 5 dudes from any time period, any era. I'm saying You can draft anybody ever in the course of human history in any time period, but they cannot bring any weapons, no fire. It is just them fighting. I need your top 5 dudes you're calling to the fight. Mitch.
Brock Lesnar, Mike Tyson.
You're going with all these. Okay.
I'm trying to think of who I could get the most advantages from. Just top 5. Damn, those were like the first 2 that I would think. And obviously Prime both. Prime Muhammad Ali might be worth something. I wish Rob was here for that.
Now. Muhammad Ali's not on the show tonight, but we wish Muhammad Ali.
I wish Muhammad Ali was. This would be perfect. What? Is there like some great sumo wrestler I could choose? I need someone fat. Yeah, Yokozuna. There we go. That would be good.
Yeah,
Yokozuna.
Yeah.
Yokozuna. I'm thinking I need like another fat that would help.
Top 99 shooters. Yeah.
How about the Earthquake? We'll take the Earthquake.
Shaq. You should get Shaq.
Shaq. Yeah, we'll take Shaq.
Can't give away your list. All right. If I only got to choose 5, I mean, look, 70% of these guys are going to die. So I'm taking a completely different tact here. I'm looking for fodder. I'm throwing Logan Paul up there. I'm throwing fucking Hassan Piker. You know, I'm going that direction. I don't know. Like, it's got to be somebody really fake and really gay.
Don't forget Jake Paul.
Jake fights UFC. Logan fights WWE. So Jake can live.
They're both awful.
They're both awful on Vine, but one actually fights.
Come on.
I don't know. I gotta come up with more people. I just want to see Cenk Uygur try. He's always talking about how big he is. I think that would be a good one. I got 2 more.
2 more cannon fodder. Who are you throwing to the wolves?
Yeah, who else?
The gorilla, really?
Yeah, who's gonna get mauled by the gorilla?
The gorilla to die.
You know what? Nick Fuentes, his worst enemy right there, the big giant ape, just tearing him apart. I think that would be hilarious. And then I need what's that girl's name that Mitch will know? That girl's name that's always, or not always, but she went on Tim's Cast. Emma Vigland. Women are just as good as men in all sports. Here you go. Here's a fucking gorilla. You can join the team too, Emma, and get your ass up there and fight. I know it said men, but in the era of inclusion, yeah.
Tim, I respect and applaud your very stunning and brave progressiveness on this show tonight.
You're welcome.
That was very mature of you, and the rest of us are humbled and in awe of your spectacle.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I agree with Mitch. Brock Lesnar is definitely on my team.
Yeah.
I'm going John Cena, like early 2010s John Cena, like Super Cena. 2009 era Randy Orton, because that man was a menace. I want Mark Henry with the dreads, not Mark
sexual
Henry.
chocolate.
No, not sexual chocolate Mark Henry. Hall of Pain Mark Henry. I want this man who looks like he looked like that man looked like a silverback gorilla. Like
I'm judging your 5th choice really heavily because there's a wrestler in mind, and if you don't pick him, go ahead.
I have to take I'm gonna go with late 2000s Undertaker because you couldn't beat that man. He was undefeatable.
How do you not have Chris Benoit in your WWE lineup?
If I wanted somebody who was gonna kill himself, I would have chose fucking.
He's gonna kill everyone else first. He's the man you want grabbing the gorilla.
Yeah, but he's gonna kill me too before he goes. He's killing his own teammates. Remember? That's a risk I wasn't willing to take.
Yeah, Tim, you're not thinking out the benefits.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero gonna bring a chair this shit after I told him no weapons, so I
This
can't
is a good one.
Either.
What if we get 100 trans men versus 1 gorilla? Not a male gorilla, a female gorilla. And 100 trans men, do they still win?
I think the tranny's still going to take him.
Yeah, I mean, they got that natural...
Trannies are in the fight to the death. It's a wrap. Trannies win.
See, this is where the premise matters a lot. Pre or post-puberty?
Pre or pro-stop?
Well, I mean, you can go through. You can have all the advantages of testosterone and not have a dick.
Where is the thing? These things.
Elliot
Trans
Page.
men. It says men. So these are men who transition. So they have to be over 18. You can't be a man if you're a child.
Okay, fair.
So they're all over the age of 18 at least. Like
Yeah, so
I said, my
they got the
question is
testosterone. They win. Yeah.
pre-op or post-op.
But why does that matter?
Elliot Page, 100 Elliot Page. Ooh, I'm going. Girl Gorilla gonna win that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the women
Yeah,
can't do
Gorilla
it. I'm
for
sorry.
sure.
I'm sorry.
Trans women are born women. Wow. Oh, okay. I you know,
Oh,
I'm glad
okay.
we have some quack on here who's an expert in like trans,
Yeah,
trans information because I don't know shit about trannies.
That's
I've never
right.
been a tranny, but
That's right.
obviously
She's right.
he knows a whole lot, so he must, be part of that community or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the she's right. Yeah, we read that wrong. Trans men are born women and become men. Yeah, so they're definitely losing. It ain't happening. Yeah, I think okay. So that's the question, right? Is it, we won't even go with like trans. We'll just say 100 women versus gorilla. Do the women beat the gorilla?
No.
I feel like no. Like if the gorilla kills 70 men,
it's gonna
how
kill
many? 100 women. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Even if it's a girl gorilla, that thing's still gonna kill 100 women, like easy.
Yeah.
Namadon Sue, I really respect there. That
I can't even pronounce half these names.
Alexandrovich Carlin, Lesnar, so Brock Lesnar, Lawrence Taylor, Andre the Giant, and
That's a good one.
Namakong Sue.
Yeah.
Andre, that would have been a better one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andre had knee problems, bro. I don't want him fighting.
You get him in his prime. You were picking other people in their prime.
Yeah, bro.
Even in his prime, though,
he still had knee problems, dog.
Yeah.
Like there was a reason why, like.
Great Khali.
The Great Khali also had knee problems. Moves slow as hell, and that motherfucker had no balance. Don't even talk to me anymore, Mitch. I'm done with you tonight.
I do think Mitch was on something. You got to have Tyson. Like Tyson in his prime, out there raping bitches and killing dudes. Like, yeah, that's what you need.
Okay, I'll concede that, but if you're bringing in Tyson, you got to save Tyson for the end because Tyson's not a big
don't
dude.
put him up front.
Yeah, he's in the back, like come in for the finish. You got the gorilla on the ropes. Now he gonna hit him with that little Mike Tyson
1-2, baby.
And just knock that nigga out.
That's another thing too. Is like once you start drafting people, it's all about like your batting order too, right? If you put your best fighters up front, it don't matter how big they are.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Tim, you're approaching this like I already have 95 cannon fodder. So now
I just wanted to take a different approach. It was just good content. I just thought it was funny.
Some honorable mentions as well.
Yeah.
We didn't do the Big Show, the Kempe Mutombo. Dennis Rodman would have been a good one we could have used. Dennis was a nasty motherfucker. Chris Pronger in his prime, he was a mean motherfucker. Eric Lindros used to knock motherfuckers out in the NHL back in the 90s, if y'all remember them days. Bill
Lambier.
Yeah, Bill Lambier. Aaron Donald, he retired. Fletcher Cox, Jalen Carter. Like, there's a ton of fucking. What was the dude from the Ravens who killed that one guy and beat his girl?
That guy. I don't know.
I don't even know.
Somebody will know.
That's some Benoit level shit.
Oh, I can't remember his name. He was like a really famous linebacker. I can't. Somebody will post it in the chat going, "You're a retard, Josh," but like Ray Lewis, there we go.
There it is.
That's what I'm talking about. Ray Lewis, that motherfucker would have like Troy Polamalu, like all honorable mentions here. We can keep going, but I don't want to waste everybody's time.
No, we're good. We got to get into the Discord. If you're not in there already, go ahead and jump in. We got to do a lot more shows in the next 3 or 4 weeks. We're trying to get to 150 by LPF, which is June 6th. So we got to do a lot more. So stay tuned. Get in the Discord. Be there for all that stuff. Pete Q has agreed to come back. Josh doesn't like that, but he's going to come back. We're going to talk about street shitters and Trump's 100 days. That's the main thing that we want to talk to him about. We told him he could come back. Yeah, that first episode will just be street shitters. That's
no
it.
matter what, it must be asked what his opinion on the India-Pakistan conflict is.
He's gonna say, "Let them kill each other."
I know. It'll just be interesting to hear.
Magic Johnson caused a slow death. He's gonna have some good times with that lady. All right, guys. Anything else that you guys want to plug before we get out of here?
No butt plugs. Appreciate everybody coming out to the show. Sorry I was running late with work. And
Oh, we didn't talk about why Rob was gone, but I'll let you finish. I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, why is Rob gone? Where the fuck did Rob
Well, Mitch,
go?
do you want to plug something while I pull it
I mean,
up? 'Cause
I
you know
got
where I'm
nothing.
going.
I got nothing to plug, but I will say check out some of Rob's dates coming up because he's not on the show because he got his dick stuck in a clam while scuba diving in Hawaii.
It's totally a real news report. Look at that.
Yeah.
Scuba diver hospitalized after his penis got stuck in giant clam. And that's Rob. That's Rob. Look, the meme said it happened. It's true.
It's true. It's not a meme. It's a news headline screenshot there, Tim.
That's right.
This
You're
is
right.
100% legitimate, relevant, honest news. This isn't fake news, ladies and gentlemen. You need to reach out to your boy Rob, send a small donation his way. His penis is not doing good right now. I don't know if you know how clams do when they try and ingest something, but it's not good, guys. That's all I can say.
Yeah, definitely send your best wishes to Rob. Let him know you're praying for his penis. and we'll see y'all probably Thursday, honestly. But catch you in the Discord. Bye.
Peace.